Alrighty. Apologies for the late start. I had to give my headphones as much, that jugo juice as I could, because Lord knows they needed the rest. The hashtags have been clapped from yesterday night, so. Alright, so it looks like we got Dark on red side. I can finally see the chat. Fuck yeah, baby. Yes. Sera pas ben là les amis. I just gonna post and the Twitchy and the stuff, There we go. Oh, shit. The draft is up. Sorry, I'm a little late. Didn't have my glasses and everything. Lol draft. Okay, the draft. What the Zimbabwe? Oh, yeah, that was for the tier list. I forgot. I moved the camera for the tier list. Alright, let me go put my eyes on, because I can barely see anything right now, bro. I can barely even tell what the fuck's in front of me. Oh my gosh, woohoo! Alright, here we go. Oh. In semaine party, les amigos. And tonight is the last stream. Did I mute the music? Hello? Do I have down syndrome? I probably do down syndrome. Anyways, yeah, so last stream of the week tomorrow. If you want to watch the other quarterfinal game, gonna have to go watch it on the canal Discord thing or whatever, the Twitch thing, and yeah, I think I'll be casting one. I'll be casting one of the semifinals, and then that'll be it for me for Eternals content. I tried to get an interview with DH, but there were some offended peppers. Given my commentary from the tier list, so no DH interview, no Ninetale Fox Void interview. I don't know why. No Ninetale Fox Void interview. I guess they just don't like talking. And we're setting up an interview with Larry and Magic probably early next week, or at their earliest convenience, just to get the interviews out of the way and stuff. So even if it's past prime, we're still gonna have a lot of fun. So regardless of who wins, we are getting an exit interview from whoever loses here. Am I on the red thing? Okay, I think I am. Okay. Alright, so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got Mr. JCFanclub, we got DH Jarg. Good luck, have fun, it's a best of 5. I want to see some clean, dick-sucking action. Ooh, Le Vrai Joe getting punished already, his god deer getting taken away. Is this gonna be the ban of the series? Is it gonna be permaban? Gangblank, we understood that Dars, when he's not on his 3 main picks, He doesn't look good. So, oh, Poro getting the Mordekaiser taken away from him. That's interesting. Mordekaiser is normally something the Fiora loves playing into. So, I guess maybe this is... There. There you go, Seeker. You can read all about it. It's the Special Cadeau Fearless. Okay, we're gonna take away Mr. Magic's Jinx. Not worried about his Corki or his Ezreal. Cedric has goaded answers into... Holy shit, wait a second. We're banning Yasuo? Okay. Exclamation point Fearless in the chat if you want that about to pop it up. I do have to make some new commands and stuff, but you know, we're gonna be starting GGL coverage soon. Ooh, we get Larion, the wife. Sejuani gets locked in for game number 1, and Mr. Magic goes straight away to the cookie. He's like, give me a dash. I don't want to be stuck with no flash, and Larry right up my ass. That's just what I want to see. I want to see Mr. Magic on the Corkster, the canonical cannoneer here, going to blow people's ass wide open. Let's see if Cedric ends up having an answer to this, because Mr. Magic's... The Skarner just went through. Hey, yo, okay, so we getting the S+++ tier jugglers out here in game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. I'm expecting double Heartsteel, double Locket, double Unending Despair. That's what... Holy shit, Cedric busted out the Kog'Maw. Are we gonna see the Braum? No, we're gonna see the Kog'Maw Lulu. Okay, so we're trying to win the 2v2. This is a very aggressive 2v2. Kog'Maw very scary when you give him extra attack speed, because he does percent health magic damage. He naturally has an attack speed steroid. He's got his own version of the Gatling gun. And he does a lot of magic damage. Plus, he's attacking at a ridiculously fast rate with lethal tempo. Okay, so we're gonna get... I'm not too sure about the Nautilus into the Lulu. That doesn't feel that great. I think so far, you know, it's great that we got the Corgi, we got the Scar, but the Nautilus just... I would have liked something a little more consistent, but I mean, it's Pijo. Maybe we gonna see the God of all gods. Thank you guys for tuning in to the broadcast. You guys are excited, and we are going to give you one hell of a great show tonight. Let's see, we're gonna be banning more Darsh champions. So the 3 Primo Darsh Championes have been banned away, and now the only thing that's left that they contest each other on is Volibear. But I think Volibear top sucks more dick than a porn star, and yeah, it just is what it is. It's a bad pick. I really don't know why they're like the angle shoot on picking Volibear top. Maybe that's something they learned from like Arena or like some kind of shitty Chinese solo queue. But it really hasn't been working out in NA. Like, shit's beyond dog water. Okay, so I don't know if McDabber has literally just like turned into Zeka, but a Yasuo and a Yone ban, pretty damn interesting to see out here. McDabber has never dabbled in AD mids this season, so maybe he's got, you know, some of that chutzpah. And he had a reawakening from his control mage days. Here's Poro taking 3 bans to the face. Damn, getting the same treatment as Dars in this 1v1 setup. So now the blind pick more than likely gonna be Ashe in here. We want to give counter pick to the Junai boy. And yeah, we're gonna get the Conqueror of the Shifting Sands, a sexy man Azir, locked in here for Ashen in game number 1. We'll have to see if Ashen can have a little bit of a redeeming game. It's been very mediocre and middening throughout the season. But if there is a mid laner at which you can get the chutzpah to like break everyone's like ass wide open, it's Azir. This is the most probably mechanically intensive mid laner that exists in the game. Oh shit! We got the Seraph counter pick from McDabber. So initially, Azir is a short range mage that likes doing like fast trades with the PTA, the Hail of Blaze, the Lethal Tempo. But Seraph can outrange the Ambessa. Gonna be the choice. Is the current hover here for Dars. There's still some things that are really good into Ambessa available, but I don't know if Johnny is the type to play them. So far, we got a pretty nice team comp. No, not the Volibear. Anything but the Vol. Okay, we got it on game 1. I don't have to see it game 2 from the side of Dark. Thank God. Alhamdulillah, I come to Allah. No more Volibear, no more Volibear. Alright, that's the job, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back into the client arena. Alright. So, just give it a draft. I think late game teamfight scenario, if Kog'Maw isn't killed first, JCFanclub can't lose the team fight. However, if Corgi and Azir snowball this shit ahead, it's gonna be a little too hard to get stuff done. Alright, looks like we got the ready checks coming out from the boy Larry. So let's see. Let's see what we get going. Are we going to be getting into the game, ladies and gentlemen? You know it's time for that 1 minute ad. We'll see you in 60 lovely motherfucking seconds, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Kenal? I made a command for you. Exclamation point fearless in the chat. If you want. Alright. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you had a good ad. No. Yeah. Don't worry, we have the overlay set up for Apex.gg, so going to the drafts for games 2 and 3, things will be a lot easier to do and stuff. Alright, they're getting ready to enter the spectator delay. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to get your drinks, get your food, get whatever you need to enjoy this game, because we're starting a banging best of 1. And who's going to get the first feat of warfare this series? Looking at the statistical numbers, I think JCFanclub have good odds. But we'll have to see. Oh, wait a second. We put McDabber on support? Hey, yo, okay. Metaphors is mid lane now. Okay, I guess they didn't like how mediocre the McDabber was, so they transitioned him from a control mage player to a support player. And we got Metaphor, who I think was an 80 carry main, role swapped to support, and now he's being role swapped mid lane for this playoff. Keep in mind, there is no losers bracket. If you lose here, your season is over. Alright, that's enough of me humming the air guitar theme. Alright, gonna be definitely interesting to see the first role swap of Eternal's Esports history. We'll see if we got Metaphor, if Metaphor has them hands, because Ashen has had a pretty mid-season. Can Metaphors overthrow the Shuriman Emperor in this game number 1? It's funny because we've never really seen much this year in Eternals Esports, but we've always known it was kind of like that, and Aurelion Sol were kind of like counterpicks to Azir. But there aren't many Azir players in the league. I do know Ashen's been practicing this champion a lot though. So for Metaphor to just insta-lock the Xerath, shit's gotta be very clean. So anyways, here we go. Gonna mute the music up. Gonna load up the endgame lobby screen. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, the autism is getting put into check, you know, it's like we got that chutzpah ready, you know. Whoo, Ishi mama. Anyways, we got our best of Firecracker, Session 1, Darkside, Xerath, Beamon, Cafe Cuties, Lulu, Crystal, Indominus, Nautilus, Arcade, Corgi, War, Kingdom, Azir, Earthroot, Carter, and Vola, Bear. We got ourselves 4 teleports, 2 barriers, and we are ready to rock and motherfucking roll! Do that triple scroll, baby. Let's get right into it. If you got any questions, remember you can ask them in the chat. I'll answer them during dead air or in between team fights. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got double Mosswalker Stomplings. Oh, sorry, Moss Stomper Seedlings. I'm actually going with the more defensive approach, getting the Doran Shield instead of the Doran's Blade. We'll see if we got the Rod of Ages Transcendence build that the Volibears normally do. It's pretty it's had very lackluster results. Le Vrai Joe might be in a little bit of trouble, but he finds Metaphor first. And yeah, okay, they're just gonna trade about 200 HP each. That allows my boy Larry to carry to get a ward in at Skarner's Raptors or McChicken Nuggets. Oh, okay. Junaboy gets a nice cheeky little ooh, we got the taunt recalls. The ego is playing, and Dar's choosing not to reveal what skill he chose to start off with. Smart, but the Sky Clatter, always a useful skill. And Le Vrai Joe gonna be able to get that extra money. Yeah, that's 15 gold advantage to the Skarnar. Very useful, not using his ward, just using it defensively. And it is a common thing to invade Raptors for vision. Now we got Mr. Magic with the orange Tanzanite, the Tanzanite chroma on Corky for Arcade Corky. We got Bima with the I think the Obsidian chroma. And it looks fucking fantastic. I don't know if it's Obsidian or if it's Aquamarine, but it's a really cool one. Okay, so as you can see, Metaphor is landing far away skill shots onto the Azir. The whole point is to get, he wants to hit his last chapter as fast as possible, and essentially the later the game goes, as long as Metaphors has flash, he can bully the shit out of Ashen. Ashen will have to commit all-ins to force that flash to then be able to get an easy swoop, because Xerath cannot stop the Azir combo unless a perfectly timed E comes through on Shifting Sands. You will not be able to stop the Shuriman shuffle. Ashen gonna be taking a lot of damage. Remember, Xerath's passive is if when it is up, if he attacks a minion, he heals X amount of mana. If he hits a champion, he'll heal triple that mana instead. A nice dredge line onto Dabber, but Mr. Magic is the one taking a lot of cover fire. A Shifting Sands. Oof, wow, Ashen taking a big beating here. The timed out shield not really helping him out. As Cedric here looking for something. Okay, looks like Larry finished his top side. Well, both junglers kind of finished. Fire and Magic's gonna get a Tri-Bush Ward. We don't have any sweepers here for the side of for the side of JC. They're gonna get a nice false bomb into Gatling, but forced away. The liquid ooze gonna be enough to just push Magic away. And Magic very low, out of pods, no consumables. Like Glitter Lance even gonna hit. The Lulu taking damage, it doesn't really matter. Kog'Maw's still like full HP, and now Magic here are forced to take an untimely bag. Let's look at the money, no me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, 800 gold is a suboptimal Corki bag, so that's gonna be tier longsword. Yeah, it's gonna be tier longsword. The optimal bag for Corki and Ezreal is always that 1300 spike if you're going tier Sheen. If not, it's like 1600 if you're going like tier Phage. But you kind of want the Sheen when you can get the autos through and through, because you Foss Bomb auto, and then you got a lot of stuff. And here Ashen's starting to get bullied out of the lane, already down about 10 CS. Dar's a little bit down in CS, but it's normal in the early matchup that Ambessa struggles a little bit. But now June Boy taking a recall, so... Yeah, Metaphor is having a lot of fun, and because he's up in CS, let's look at the money, no me situation. Yeah, not enough money to use, not enough mana to use the Rite of the Arcane, but Soma here gonna find Le Vrai Joe, and we are a level up because we did an extra camp here for Le Vrai Joe. Teleport here as you're going to be going for the Nashers first, it seems. Dar's taking a really bad trade. That Maul really putting in the work. The next wave could be, this could be a dive here for Poro. But I don't think he wants to risk it. Already used the teleports. Is going to get vision down towards the river. And we're going to have to see. Darts here has to take a recall soon. Let's look. We got the Berserker Greaves. So advantage bot lane. Advantage mid lane for the side of Dark. But it looks like we got a slight advantage top side here for the side. Advantage bot lane and mid lane for the side of JCFanclub. A little bit better optimized buys. But it looks like Skarner... one-upped Larry here in his purchases. The Giants belt to the Ruby Crystal and boots. So definitely has a lot more fighting power. Poro here looking to zone off as much gold away from Ambessa. Can't stop Ambessa from being in experience range, but can definitely try and stop her from getting stuff done. Ambessa really has to land those skill shots. And now the W gotta be used. The permafrost onto Larry. We're starting a team fight in the mid lane. At the Dragon, we flash onto Metaphors, but Le Vrai Joe, we're not gonna be able to connect the Drench line, and Soma might be in a little bit of trouble. Ashen gets the Shifting Sands, but it's not gonna be able to connect. And now, that's the flash use on Le Vrai Joe. And Magic looking for more, but Cedric able to disengage with the Liquid Ooze, and Dar's here with the HP advantage, but Volibear still has a Stormbringer. We can't forget about the public execution here from Ambessa. See if it's gonna be enough. Ooh, gotta be careful. All those lightning claws, they hurt. So far we have advantage. We got the shuffle here onto the Kog'Maw, and it's not enough. There's no flash, but Kog'Maw's gonna be able to get the first blood, but the objective's gonna be going the wrong way, and that's a double kill. The Feats of Warfare claimed. Poro takes the 1v1 solo bolo through the flash using his ultimate, and it's gonna be enough. They give up Dragon, but they set up their carries to do wonderful things. However, Ashen is down. Still, even with a kill and an assist, the man is down almost 30 plus CS. One plate in the mid lane. Things are not looking too well for Ashen here at the start of this. Okay. Le Vrai Joe gonna be content. Yeah, and yeah, looks like we got Garage Sale Volibear, got a glowing moat, got a glowing moat, a blasting wand, a zeal. So Johnny just picking up whatever he finds on sale at the supermarket. He's got his celery, he's got his carrots, we got maybe some ketchup but no mayonnaise to make that mayo chub. So we'll see if he gets to finish any core components. Ambessa just going straight for the Sundered Sky. Right away, makes a lot of sense. Really good item. Ashen, about 2/3 of the way, and now that's gonna be 2 out of 3 objectives secured here by the side of JCFanclub. We almost have a Blackfire Torch versus a Nasher Stoof in the mid lane, and Kog'Maw slowly working towards that. Blade of the Ruined King gonna be the first super impact item. Gotta make sure we get all those cannons. Cannon minion is gonna go down though, but the dredge line not gonna be able to meet its maker, ladies and gentlemen. Now things are a little bit rough. Here's Poro trying to get in, gonna get away. No ult, has flash, but not gonna be able to get away. Dar's gonna be able to just get in on his ass. McDabber gets grabbed up into the Gatling gun, but there is no follow through with the Nautilus ultimate. Ashen trying to dodge the snipe and is gonna be able to dodge enough for now, but is taken super low. Magic and Co gonna be able to take out the ward though. And Cedric with as enough attack speed steroids to be able to take a ward out pretty fast. Le Vrai Joe looking at that money, should be closing in very soon on his Heartsteel. Sejuani is a little bit behind on that purchase. So we'll see what comes first. Remember, there's no flash on Skarner. There's no flash on Kog'Maw. It should be able to slip into this second bush. The dredge line gonna miss once again, but the Skarner has officially probably snuck in. I don't know if he snuck in on vision. But that's a 2-level lead in the mid lane though. That's huge. And Soma ready to punish Magic. Pyro's half health. Devredjo's gonna see a pink ward. And I mean, Dabber's really low, but he has the ultimate. Alright, looks like we're gonna find Soma in the bush by progging Skarner's skill. Okay, looks like the slightly magical boots have come in. The Dar's here forced to dash away really fast. And Cedric gonna be in a little bit of trouble. We've got the dredge line. And the Titans devs, but is it gonna be enough? Cedric able to survive, but Magic, look at him burst as much. That's a double kill, at least. Oh, Sejuani gonna take the kill away from Kog'Maw. So Mr. Magic really happy with that trade. Fantastic, a few hundred gold ahead. Already has the Triforce stacking the tier pretty well. But Pyro here really fumbling that turret aggro. And Evanjo coming in pretty late, forced to flash yet again. At least he gets out with his life intact. That should be Heartsteel for both junglers on recall. But we'll have to see. Are we? Oh, wow. Ashen is taking so... Oh, we didn't go PFT. We just went Luden's Blicky. That's just so much damage. Yeah, Metaphor just does so much damage. Ashen can't even lane. Every skill shot does about 20%. That's gonna be the Nash's Tooth. We're channeling the teleport. But with the Grublings, we've got... Oh... Pyro here looking to find a play onto Metaphors, and Levrejo gonna be able to Heartsteel stack a kill into the mid lane. So at least Dragon is spawned, and now we have advantage to start the Dragon. Our fed mid laner, well, our ahead mid laner is no longer alive. Larry has bought his. Oh, so we went Shojin over Sundered. My bad. It looks like we are gonna trade the Dragon, but if we trade these grubs, that's gonna be the 6 grubs over to an Ambessa Kog'Maw team, and they're not that bad at taking turrets. I mean, it's not like Sed, Trundle, or Yorick, but they definitely hurt. All right, looks like Larry coming in here wants to get a gank. Larry gonna tank prematurely. And there's no wave, so Poro gonna be able to survive the onslaught. And we are trying another dive. That's gonna be. Oh, we did not take the grubs yet. Oh, sorry. It's 1-to-1 in it's 1-to-1 in grub objectives. I did not know that Levrejo had taken. Okay, so we got the Nautilus ultimates. And we're gonna get the 2-man ult, but here we got the cover fire available, and Mr. Magic gonna go down to Xerath. Poro here gonna be winning the 1v1. And yeah, the Flash Maul gonna be enough. And now Dar's pretty far behind. The turret plating has all but fallen, but not having any access. Okay, that might just be the feats of warfare. That might just be the feats of tower demolitioning in the bot lane, because we got 2 grubs and Skarner really starting to pull ahead in this jungle matchup. 700 gold ahead. Poro also getting a lot of money in this 1v1 up. 700 gold. Really starting to make his mark. 20 CS ahead. The only lane that's really losing super hard is the mid lane. But Ashen still has not died. He's just down like 5 waves. They've rotated Dabber and Cedric into the mid lane here for the remainder of the time, because it's no longer safe to be down in the bot lane. Dabber, yeah, Dabber's got to be a little bit careful. Uses the polymorph. What is this thing fucking called? Went the Ardent Sensor first item, but we got the Bork on the Kog'Maw now. So now once we get the Jinsu's Rage Blade, essentially the Kog'Maw will be full build, and he'll really start hurting a lot. So we'll have to pay attention on if Kog'Maw can get a proper amount of peel, because so far Nautilus has just been walking up, pressing the ultimate. Skarner then walks up, presses his ultimate, and if Skarner doesn't have flash, it's just if Kog'Maw doesn't have flash, he just kind of dies. So you got 2 point-and-click ultimates that kind of say fuck you Kog'Maw, and if Kog'Maw does not have flash, he just dies. Because, well, Ardent Sensor is like nice and all, but it doesn't give, you know, it's not Moonstone and stuff. So we're building towards more of like the late game carry Kog'Maw with the things like, but Dars might be in trouble here. Levrejo and Pyro looking to fight. We're gonna get the public execution here, but a nice Stormbringer into the stun, and that's gonna be another kill given over. Magic here gonna use the barrier, but is it gonna be enough? We do have the Ride of the Arcane with the blue ward. Magic can't get away, but now Metaphors gets slammed into the wall, but there's no damage. Levrejo has to be careful using the ultimate, gonna get stunned up, and now Kog'Maw just gonna start eating his ass, and Larry's the one who takes the shutdown again. Whoa, this game is action-packed. If we don't have a Ruinous this game, I'd be surprised, but hey, Ashen able to put a bit of pressure in the bot inner turrets. Actually hasn't even started hitting the turret yet, and by the time he does, we got Metaphors just here with the clear. Looks like the Horizon Focus might be the next item of choice here for Metaphors. Makes sense. When you hit a long range skill shot, do more damage, and the person takes more damage from all sources. It's like an even Shroud, but for long range mage and it fits perfectly. I'm surprised neither jungler has finished a jungle item yet. We should finish it. They should both finish it on this this camp here for Joe and this camp here for Larry. And yeah. Alright, so we got Heartsteel and Unending Despair being built by both. And Dar's here with 4 grubs. If you don't have a Spellblade or an activated ability that can be used on the turret, it's a little hard to take turrets super fast. But it looks here that we're trying to get Cryo. Cedric, we're trying to find Cedric once again. And Dragon has spawned. We did force the teleport, but now Dar's here, losing out a fight once again. And yeah, that's a 2.5 item Volibear, and he doesn't have He doesn't have a way to get out, but he's level 14. Holy shit. It's going to end up going down here because of the permafrost and just the fact that Larry takes another shutdown. Man's rich. Metaphor's going to do his best to clear out the way, but that's going to be, we are on a Cloud Soul, so we got that Swift Rift, ladies and gentlemen. We want people moving fast. That's amazing for Volibear, Sejuani, Ambessa, Skarner, Nautilus, Kog'Maw. Yeah, Larry be taking a lot of kills. I think that one, there was a shutdown. You should have given that shit over to the Kog'Maw. Because there was no way Poro was living. Even Flash Ult or whatever, a single auto attack would have been enough to give Cedric some well-needed money. I mean, your hyper carry is poor as fuck right now. Almost down an entire item. Not really. Ooh, but the Flash Force here from Mr. Magic by Larry. At least the Sejuani, they don't have an easy way to kill her. There's no Nashers, there's no Leandries. So this Sejuani is gonna be hard to kill. Because there's no percent health damage. There is true damage on the side of Dark, but I mean, Larry just has a lot of HP. And even if you do true damage, Mr. Magic can't be focusing his time on hitting the Sejuani. He's got to be killing the Kog'Maw. Alright, we're looking to get onto Cedric here. We blow his flash again, but now we blow both our team fighting ultimates. Mr. Magic already has no flash. And we got the permafrost, the Heartsteel. Magic's taken down to like almost no HP. The Riding the Arcane's gonna be enough. Boro here. And we get a nice Shurima Shuffle up the Dars and the Cedric, but is it enough? The public execution getting onto the backline, but Cedric not going to be able to do anything. And we do get Pyro with the Dars, but Poro here flashing over the wall to smack Lulu in the face, calling her a little bitch. And that is going to be the end of that team fight. Poro here demonstrating his massive lead, and now we do, oh wow. Okay, well. Okay, well, that went a little more sour than it should have gone. I mean, Metaphor's now at 2.5 items, a 2,000 gold lead here in the mid lane. And this mage is starting to hurt. Mr. Magic hasn't been able to dodge all the shots. It's really down to here's Poro to carry this game. Mr. Magic hasn't been set up at all. And Ashen's just kind of behind. This Metaphor role swap so far has worked well. I mean, Cedric and McDabber are suffering a lot because of it. But that's because Levrejo put all his effort into ganking that bottom lane, making sure the Corki had somewhat of a lane. Another flash burned here on Dars, and yeah, this MS has one item. The Volibear's got 3.5. That's a 4,000 gold lead. Things are not looking good for Dars, but we already said if you want Dars to play the Dars way, he's got 3 champions that he looks solid on, and if you ban those 3 champions, then we go into Dars' mid territory. And Dars' Ambessa, not really been that impressive this season. His Ambessa, his Volibear, his Gwen, his Camille, you know, they're just not his picks. He plays Fiora, Gangplank, and Warwick. And maybe next season he'll have more picks, but for right now, I just don't think he put in enough time to get new stuff. And now we get the Titan's Wrap into the Impale. We get the Polymorph on the Azir. And Ashen here is going to get taken out by the Rite of the Arcane. And that's a lot of damage. We're looking to take McDabber flashing over the wall. But whoa, Mr. Magic gets one shot by Metaphor. McDabber here with the clutch ass bait. And Poro trying, but the public execution, it's gonna be enough. He's healing up though. The shield's coming through. But Metaphor just needs one more spell rotation. It's gonna be enough. And McDabber with the double kill. Taking all them shutdowns. That's the rift in the mid lane. Things are going pretty sour for the side of Dark. These team fights are not going so well. I mean, you're killing Cedric, which is great. but he's still getting some assists. At the end of the day, he's not that poor. I mean, Skarner's huge, but this Sejuani is annoying to deal with. She's got so much HP. The Magic is just dead by the time he tries to, yeah, no, I mean, if you see a hyper carry on the enemy team and you kind of just let him live, then you kind of just die. So it's a good thing that they're focusing down Cedric, but Metaphor has been doing so much damage. He hasn't even been threatened in these team fights. Ashen needs to be looking for a shuffle on Metaphor's. But Metaphor's positioning has looked so clean so far this game. And that's another double impale. And now Cedric getting targeted again. When we cancel the right of the arcane, we're able to kill the Kog'Maw, but can we get something out of it? Ashen might just be dead. And that's another wombo combo by Metaphor. That's 70% of Ashen's HP in a single combo. And that's like a 10-second cooldown. So in a team fight, if you get hit, if you get procced by the Horizon focus, you're basically taking true damage. Okay, we're looking for Poro, but now Poro here about to get in. Metaphors once again not focused, but this time the Volibear has had enough, and we're just going to run the team down. And with the flash, there's gonna be enough. There's no one to kill this Volibear. Actually, well, Kog'Maw does a lot of damage, so I mean, maybe that was a bit of an overextension. But, oh, Mr. Magic might be in a little bit of trouble, but that should be Cloud Soul Point going over to the side of DH Dark. A Cloud Soul could really change things up, giving Corki that movement speed he needs to get away from Metaphor's skill shots after using his rockets. But yeah, Metaphor starting to build up that real lead in the mid lane. But now we have Riftmaker here for the Volibear, and we still have we have a tiny bit of leftover money. So we're going, the biggest problem I'm seeing though is that Volibear is gonna hit max capacity soon. And he won't get any stronger. There's no stacking mechanic on Volibear. So once he reaches that 5th item, if Dark isn't able to start closing games faster, you know, Cedric is eventually gonna survive a team fight. And you saw what he did to Volibear. The Volibear was basically 70% HP, and Cedric kind of killed him in like 5 autos, because this build is like pretty squishy versus percent health damage. And Kog'Maw is great at shredding people who build basically just HP and no resistances. Okay, we got the Impale, and it's not going to be enough. Magic just got to be one shot once again. The right of the arcade here, we're looking. But the public execution, Pyro might be taken down. Ashen gets the shuffle onto Dars, but it's not gonna be enough. Metaphors here not really threatened, and now Skarner just gonna get melted by Cedric, who was not able to be killed. This is turning into a disaster. And yeah, Mr. Magic really not having a fun game. Literally getting 2-shot at every team fight. Metaphor's at 3+ items, and he does enough damage where it just doesn't matter. That's gonna be a free Baron. And I think that's Ruinous Otacon in the bot lane too. And yeah, that's gonna be a free Baron Nashor, and I don't think there's a way to stop him. And now we've almost got a Void Staff here for Metaphors. Working on that Thornmail for Larry, working on that Rune's Hurricane here for Kog'Maw, and Lulu's got her Moonstone. So now once we get, I don't know what's the next item she's getting, but the next item could be pretty pivotal. If Kog'Maw can't die within the first burst that Dark's team has, they don't really have consistent damage outside of Volibear. Ashen and Magic literally get one-shot by 2 skill shots. They die so fast, it's not even funny. Though, Poro is looking... Yeah, just look at how much damage we are getting onto this Volibear, and he's just not able to heal through it. Kog'Maw has scaled. He's at 2 items. He's basically an objective destroyer now. We get Metaphors, but now Metaphors teleported into a 1v3, and but Metaphors not dying here, and we've got the damage. Ashen's gonna go down, so Mr. Magic is able to secure the kill, but that was a pretty sloppy execution here. Pyro was in range to just ult. Didn't end up ulting. Metaphors lived on like 100 HP. Was able to before he got taken down. Was able to. That's Baron plus Grubs and a Kog'Maw with almost capped attack speed. Now that's gonna be the rune ends into probably another recurve bow here for Kog'Maw. No, another dagger. So yeah, we are now gonna start seeing defensive itemizations here from the Kog'Maw, and it's gonna be enough. Let's put the scoreboard down because we don't really need it anymore. And yeah, for the time being, things are looking pretty sketchy here for the side of Dark. I mean, look, their one hope is to be able to get this soul and then clutch an Elder Dragon Steel to be able to kill Cedric and Metaphor. And yeah, will we be able to see what we need to see? Mr. Magic is 2 levels down. Ashen is 3 levels down. Darius is caught up in XP. He's level 17 to the 18 of Poro, so he's getting there. He's not full build, but look at Magic taking 40% of his HP from a single skill shot. Ashen taking 30 from that bolt, and it's so frequent. We get the Rite of the Arcane, and now Ashen is in trouble. And yeah, that's gonna be Metaphor slaying Ashen. We get the public execution here, and the Flail of the Northern Winds. And Pyro here forced to get away. Levreggio in danger. Poro gets taken down. Magic gets slain. And yeah, Larry is on a rampage. Cedric survives, so we know that they don't have anything to fight us with. And yeah, unfortunately, the comms here from the side of Dark have not been very clean in game number 1. Alright, that's gonna be the middle inhibitor turret and middle inner turret taken in one push. Plus, we're gonna be stopping the soul from being taken, and we're gonna get the push in onto the top inner turret wave. And yeah, that's a lot of objectives in a short amount of time. Plus, we have the Ruinous Otacon. So things are going well. Let's just toggle up the board real quick. See that Ambessa's still on 2 items. So a little bit behind. A lot behind. But I got that anti-heal component to kind of stop the Volibear from being immortal. Stops the Skarner from being immortal. Ashen just finished his 2nd item, and now Metaphors finished his 4th. So there's a 2-item difference in the mid lane, and Corki's starting to fall behind. And now we've got a Terminus on the way here for this Kog'Maw, and once that is finished, we'll probably see a Wit's End and or a Jack Show, and then the Kog'Maw might just be invincible. So far, this roll swap putting in a lot more effort than we thought. Metaphor is very proactive in terms of his laning from the sleepy activities that Daver would normally just rely on. We do end up getting the Void Scuttle towards the Baron side. Baron spawning in 30 seconds. We got the, I think, the blue side red buff spawning here. Oh, sorry, the red side red buff spawning. But yeah, no, I mean, Poro's lead is starting to fade away to the not mattering territory just because the champion doesn't really scale that well. Soma here, soaking up so much damage, and now we get a Rite of the Arcane, and we're just gonna look to get all the damage in, and Dar's not able to finish off Poro under the turret, but that's gonna be a team fight win here for, that's just a team fight win here for the side of JCFanclub. Dar's here, forced the flash to get away from Poro, but Poro should be able to take the turret in exchange. But that's a turret for Baron. I think overall, JCFanclub very happy with losing an inner turret for a free Baron. They killed Pyro, and yeah, that's the second Baron of the game going over to the side of JCFanclub. Now, the Volibear full build, even upgraded the tier 3 boots, has the Nashor's Tooth. And he doesn't get any stronger than that. Death Stance picked up here for Ambessa. And we're working towards a bit of magic resist. Kog'Maw now has his Terminus. We got the redemption for Lulu. She's almost on. She's working towards 4 items. And I mean, I don't think it's going to be necessary. But let's see. We got about 1,000 gold. So I don't know if Metaphor is going to be working on that death cap. But this next dragon fight is probably going to dictate a lot. It's hilarious how Ashen has almost more HP than Nautilus. Metaphor is looking to make sure that he is safe when it comes to clearing some things. We wanna sneak into the red side jungle of Le Vrai Joe. Now Cedric gets ulted, but Dar's able to run interference using the public execution. Gonna get a Azir ulted over the wall. And now Dar's just not being challenged, able to hold off 3 people. The redemption's gonna come in and heal a lot. Ashen has to be careful, force the flash away. And yeah, that's gonna be Ashen getting killed by the Rite of the Arcane. The inner turret going down, the inhibitor turret going down. And that could just be the end of the game. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. JCFanclub with a resounding comeback. What looked like a 1 game by the side of DH Dark. The fumbles in Team by Communications. That's the first Nexus turret going down. A second one is about to be obliterated. And yeah, they just hit the Nexus. The game's over. Poro here doing what he can. But Kog'Maw surviving. And yeah, there's just nothing you can do, and that's a triple kill, and that's gonna be the Nexus exploding, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be 1-0 here. That's gonna be 1-0 here for the side of. Can I click the party? There we go. Score. In this message. Let me just get the overlay back on. Sorry guys, we got the lead client and the ice cap zone. And there we go. Ah shit, the draft's already ready. Holy shit. Apologies. There we go. We did not miss a draft. But damn, that was an intense game number 1, guys. It looked so clean early on from Dark outside of like the mid lane. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Thank you, Katarina, for the follow. Sorry, I did not see the pop-up. But hopefully you are enjoying the stream. Getting ready to get into game number 2 of DH Dark versus JCFanclub. Currently the score is 1-0 in favor of JCFanclub. Resounding comeback win. I will toggle the fearless overlay for you guys, so you guys can see what champions are disabled on for JC and what champions are disabled for Dark as of going into game 2. Reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. I'll answer them during dead air or in between games. So feel free to ask any questions if you have any questions to ask. Do my best to answer them as much as I can. Yeah, as I spoke yesterday, you know, if the conditions aren't met here for Le Vrai Joe, and Magic isn't, you know, in a comfortable game state, things are really hard for Dark to win. Poro had a nice game, but he didn't exactly play someone who scaled into the late game very well. Volibear just kind of falls off versus people that can kite him and kill him. And Sejuani Lulu, very good duo at disrupting the bear from being able to do what the bear wants to do, you know? Lots of slows, lots of shields, lots of stuns, lots of suppressions, and there's just not much that Volibear could do. Poro had a fantastic lead, but couldn't transition it because yeah, he was the only one with like a gold advantage on his team, and unfortunately that just kind of meant that in team fights, if he wasn't able to 1v9 the team fights, the game kind of just went to shit, you know. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Anyways, we are waiting for the teams to give us the ready check. They are currently just discussing, doing them chitty chatters, and we'll have to see if there are any role swaps, any substitutions and stuff. So we'll have to see. So not too sure about that yet. Oh, make sure you get your stretches out. Oh, I know I shouldn't be stretching at like 9 p.m. But hey, I got a jam-packed day ahead of me. So just have to text my mother real quick. We're going to see the Frozen with the music orchestra thing. And it's gonna look pretty fucking cool. I'm doing it for my little cousin, and she loves musicals. And wait, save project for what? I got the ready check from Fanclub. Is waiting on the ready check here for the side of Dark, and we should be getting the draft started. Sorry for the intermission, guys, but gotta give these teams time they feel they need to get stuff done right, you know. Ba-da. Alright. Alright. Looks like we got the red side established here for Dark. I wonder what kind of spicy pick we're gonna see, because the Volibear, while like it felt nice, you know, like I kind of said it once, I kind of said it a million times already. It's not really like a late game kind of clutch factor pick. It's not a Gwen, it's not a Cassante, it's not, you know, it's not a champion. Yeah, so hopefully we're gonna get a little bit more of a useful R5 counter pick. I mean, it did great in lane, did great in the early team fights, was winning like the 1v2 scenarios, and that's fine. But when it came to the late game team fights, that mattered because, you know, of how behind Magic and Ashen were. It just didn't work out. All right, so getting back into the draft here for game number 2, I will do the, so now with the overlay you guys can see exactly who is disabled. The JCFanclub champions are in blue for game 2, the Dark champions are in red. So it looks like we're gonna keep the DARS bans active. Can't be arguing with my mom about something over the phone while I'm working. Jesus. Shit's crazy. Alright, well, it looks like we're probably just gonna get the same bans. I don't see a reason to switch up the bans. I think we just gotta switch up the picks. I mean, the Azir is used up, the counter pick to Azir was used up. Let's see, there's still the Victor, the Mel, and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, the Gangplank, the Fiora coming in. We're probably expecting the Warwick here as the third ban. We banned Yasuo last time. Just a little bit interesting. If we don't ban the Warwick here, we ban the Yasuo again. That means that JCFanclub should probably just look to pick the Warwick early. And sure, there are some bad Warwick matchups, but Warwick is a champion that scales infinitely super well into the late game, you know? And let's see here. Is the Jinx ban going to come through? No? No ban? Yeah, looks like the Yasuo indeed was going to be the pick of choice. I did ask in the chat, and so did Magic, about the third blue ban. Okay, so looks like Jhin is going to be the ban of choice. There was a little bit of a timer issue here on the side for JCFanclub, so we'll have to see. Let's see what we are looking to first pick, because we picked Sejuani, and Larry looked fantastic on that damn champion. Now the Skarner is also open. Does Larry play Skarner? This could be a free 2-0 lead, but instead we're just going to deny the Jinx. Are we forcing the Ezreal? Are we forcing the Ezreal or the Smolder from Mr. Magic? As we know, those are some of his more preferred picks into the Jinx. So we'll have to see. The Corgi's already used up, and Corgi's normally a great answer into the Jinx just because you do so much damage. But it looks like we're going to lean back on the Caitlyn. Going to try and go for more of a siege style long-range composition here from the side of Dark. I'm interested in seeing what jungler we're going to pair up here with this Caitlyn. Knowing, okay, so is this Zyra jungle? Is this a Zyra jungle blind pick? Give me a second. Was there any like random substitutions? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So this should be Zyra jungle, unless it's Zyra's support, but you don't normally show the support's hand super early in these matchups. And there's a lot of I mean, Zyra's great against Skarner, so maybe it's a Zyra to disavow the Skarner pickup, but Maokai here going to be picked up by Larry, another suitable tank that just kind of does whatever he wants to do. Great peel, great disengage, great ways to buy time and give space to his carries. If they think this is Zyra jungle, the Maokai pick is pretty appropriate. Gonna be a little bit behind because of how fast Zyra clears, but if it is Zyra support, then maybe, what, do we just go Melio here for the free cleanse on the Jinx? Yeah, okay, looks like it's gonna be Melio Jinx, and we're gonna be locking in Johnny's Mundo, so that means we're gonna be taking champs away like the Warwick and the Gwen. Probably here, yeah, Gwen gonna be banned away because she got access to that true damage and just massive amount of magic damage that Mundo doesn't really like dealing with. So let's see if JCFanclub understand where this Zyra is going, because this could be pivotal in terms of the mindfuckers. Normally it would be Zyra jungle, but if it is Zyra support, then Melio is a very smart pick. If it's Zyra jungle, I mean, Melio and Maokai, still a great pairing against. We're going to be banning out the Jarvan, so we think this is Pyro's support pick. Okay, let's see. Let's see if the mind games are paying off here for Dark. What else are we banning? I mean, I would ban the Warwick, because Warwick and the Mundo, yeah, it's not a fun matchup for Mundo. Because he's basically just a free health pack. You ban the Warwick here, 100%, right? No, we're gonna ban Orianna. Okay, so Darius gets his pick of the litter, and maybe Mundo is like a secret counter pick to Warwick that I'm not too sure about, but I wouldn't call that the case. Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna take the Vi, the Jarvan off the table, thinking that this is indeed Pyro's support pick. Denying some great possible engage and teamfight setup champions here from the side of Lavrejo, who's looked really good on Vi and J4. Vi, J4, Udyr been is like staple 3, and he's had some decent Zinel games. But let's see here. Let's see here what the pick is. Alright, well, Victor was an obvious pick if we ban the Orianna here for Ashen. Let's see what Metaphors and Doors have cooking in the kitchen. Because Counterpick seems to have been left up to... Okay, well, I mean, Vel'Koz is a good answer into Victor. Does buy the space, does do a lot of damage, but is a little bit more reliant on landing all those skill shots. I mean, Metaphor showed us last game that he was pretty damn good at locking in and loading them shots up. The fire one after another. He had Ashen's name throughout the entire game, only getting his ultimate canceled once in a team fight where Dark didn't take a W. Alright. I mean, this is just the Warwick pick, right? No? Okay, it's gonna be Olaf. Okay, so once again, we're steering away from some of the clutch factor champs, maybe trying to save them for later, but the more these champions get used up, the more reasons there are for the clutch champs to be banned. So let's see what exactly the last pick is here for the side of Dark. And so far, we've given what? We've given jungle counter pick, right? No. Skarner, no. Skarner is not banned from the side of Dark. No. Calori. So this is like soft fearless. So if blue team uses a champion, if like JCFanclub played Skarner, then Dark can play Skarner, and then after that Skarner's fully disabled. But Dark played Skarner game 1, so JCFanclub had an opportunity to take Skarner if they wanted, but they didn't. So that's why I made the comment I made. Alright, well, here we go. Looking at the draft, it's a Xin Zhao. I don't know why we waited so long to pick the Xin Zhao. We could have given Ashen counter pick here in the mid lane. But we let both our solo laners get counter-picked instead, and we gave JCFanclub a favorable bot lane support matchup. I'm a little confused on how we address this kind of draft, because they realistically have no way to stop this Olaf. If Dars gets going this game, it's over. Hello? Oh, in-game. My bad. Sorry. I clicked the wrong overlay. Alright, just waiting on that ready chat. You guys know what time it is. It's going to be the 1-minute ad for y'all. We'll see you guys in 60 seconds. By the time Zinzal support, that'd be funny. But we'll see you guys after the ad, 60 seconds. Let me know if you enjoyed your ads. We'll see you in a second. Bam bada bam bim boom boom bada bam bam bim bim bada bam bam boom. I'll be right back in a second. Alright. So, ads are finished. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, who do we got? Who do we got here for game number 2? Do we got the late game scaling gods on the side of JCFanclub, or are we gonna believe in the Mundo Victor combo Wombo Chombo Nombo Dombo? Because Dark had a really good mid-top pairing for late game, for mid to late game team fights. It just didn't work out. It felt like there was some communication issues, a little bit of withholding, and just overall confused information. So, yeah. I am hoping that Dark have gotten their shit together, because so far their game 1 and game 2 drafts haven't looked very clean. So let's hope the mental has been reset for Mr. Magic, because he needed to carry that last game, and Metaphor had his number. And it's gonna be a little harder for Metaphor to have Magic's number this game, because Caitlyn, long range champion, Vel'Koz doesn't have the 6,000 range ultimate that Xerath has. So Mr. Magic should be a little bit safer, and you know, Maokai Vel'Koz is a lot less scary than Sejuani Xerath in terms of being able to lock down an 80 carry. But you know, we never know. Also, to be fair, you know, Cedric and Dabber had a really poor early game in game number 1, so maybe that's something that Reggio wants to focus on. Once again, has the Zinzao able to kind of mitigate the Super Mega Death Rocket if used appropriately. But we'll have to see if we can get there, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be the real question. Alright, so if we have any active chatters in the chat, who you got your faith in? Do you believe in DH Dark? Or do you think that JCFanclub is just gonna dig the trenches even deeper? Because we saw what happened when JCFanclub and Love You faced off, and it did not look good for JCFanclub. So JCFanclub gonna be fighting a steep incline if they do make it to the semifinals, where Love You and dominant performers are waiting for them. But so far, they gotta get through DH Dark, who have shown some resilience in the later stages of a best of 3. So we'll see. Maybe game 1 was just the first game jitters, but a lot of good picks were used up. Well, I say good, but a lot of their winning character picks were used up, and the bans don't seem to have really changed much. Now the Jinx being used up though on the side here for JCFanclub means that maybe we're gonna see a switch up in the bans for game number 3. Keep in mind this is a best of 5, so you need to win 5 games. You need to win 3 out of 5 games to advance. It's not just 2 like the regular season. So this win, while if JCFanclub takes it, will hurt, will not be oppressively over. So let's just switch to the in-game screen real quick as we get the overlay up and running for you guys. What do we got on that skin rouletties? We got Bam Bam, Brolop, Maokai, Inferno Valkos, Cafe Cutie, Jinx, Melio, Street Demon Zyra, Prestige Arcane Commander, Caitlyn, Victor, Warren Kingdoms, and Zawa, and El Macho Mundo! Alright. So an interesting note is we do have the phase rush on the Maokai over the Aftershock, so we're looking to get in, do the combo, buy some time, and be able to get out. So this Maokai, and we are going Guswalker Hatchling. Let's see what we end up getting for Leprejo. Another Guswalker Hatchling. Okay, so we've got 4 teleports, double barrier. We got Ignite versus Heal, like we did in game number 1, but this time Zyra's got electrocuted. So we'll see if Pyro's able to set up the level 1 cheese brush. Emilio, very notorious at being able to undo a lot of hard work, but normally we don't start Super Fireball. We start the glowing shield. Ooh, nice infected cleaver. Commander, it costs Mundo 50 HP, but heals X amount of HP when he hits the target, and his passive is just health regen. The lower his HP, the more HP he gets. And Mundo's ultimate works on missing health, so you need to save it for as low as you can get. That's something very important that you have to understand. If you use Mundo HP when you're basically like full health, it's not that great. When you use them when you almost have no health, it is almost instantly amazing. Alright, well, we'll have to see if Cedric and Dabber can have a little bit of a better game number 2. Because game 1, they were like 2 and 8 by 10 minutes. Ashen already starting to get bullied, but what's important for this Victor is he needs to farm, get those skill upgrades. That E upgrade gonna be super helpful to try and get some poke on to the Valkaz. He's not looking to win. He's not looking to win the wave fights. He's just looking to farm up. Oh, and Dar's taking a turret shot, and yeah, that's first blood. Dar's really just trolling. Yep, unfortunate. I mean, at this point, given the team comp that they have, I really don't know why you didn't just pick Warwick. Maybe we'll get an exit interview. Yeah, Johnny Boy, yeah, that's the second time that Dars has just given Poro basically a free lane. Well, I mean, Poro might be dead here. Yeah, Poro here, a little bit too greedy. And Dabber gonna proc a lot of plants, so that's gonna be Pyro losing a lot of his setup. And yeah, so far, yeah. Looks like we're gonna get the Bramble Vest first into the Olaf, making sure that every time we get the regular wax and not the Thundering Swings or the Undertows, that they're gonna be a little bit more impactful. That's what we're looking for here. But yeah, so far here, Poro has had Dars' number, and it's why I put Poro so high up in the tier list, because to me, he's been playing so damn well. He's not the Zeus of NA, but like, goddamn, this guy just knows his matchups, has played more than enough games to understand every nuance he needs on his few champions that he does play. And he's really hard to ban out because he's so fucking versatile. We're trying to deny some CS to the Jinx. Okay. The Grasping Root's not gonna do much. Pyro gets taken down to 40%. Things are a little bit rough for him. And yeah, so far Mundo chilling with a 10 CS lead. Ashen is using up a lot of mana trying to get some poking. It feels like Poro does know that something is amiss here in the top lane. And so Larry going, oh, the AP Maokai route. Okay, I don't like that build, not one bit. I feel like it's so inappropriate to build Leandri's Maokai. I mean, I get it because your Valkyries can't really build the Leandri's, but like, your survivability, man. This Zinzao is gonna eat you up if he sees you in the river, though. I mean, it's gotta be useful like 20 minutes when you're getting like scouting information. Cedric is trying to have a redemption game after the kind of slaughterfest he had in game number 1. But so far, things not looking too bad. Mr. Magic has a little bit of a CS lead, but I mean, it's kind of normal in the early stages against a Caitlyn. Caitlyn, very oppressive pre-6. If she ever gets a kill, it kind of gets even more oppressive. But I'm hoping we don't just see Collector Caitlyn, because if we see Collector Caitlyn instead of Crit Caitlyn, there is no way that Mr. Magic is ever going to be able to kill this Olaf. Yeah, Dar's not having fun in this lane. Has got back up in CS and is trying to get get the grasping roots on, and we get the Piltover Peacemaker. But yeah, that's gonna be level 5 here. For both bot laners, the Void Grubs have spawned, but both junglers have not really shown any interest in wanting to start them. Looks like Lebrejo looking to set up a gank here onto Metaphor. And Metaphor going to read the gank accurately, papping up towards his jungler. Level 6 has been reached for the top laners. No, I think Cedric's iconic pick is his Vayne. I think Cedric's has looked best when he's been given a proper team comp to play Vayne on. That was the defining game win in the Sushi Cup that really set him apart. Maokai, with this AP build though, has a lot of power to take grubs really fast. So it looks like we're doing the grub for Dragon Trade. And yeah, that's Zinzao with a little bit of help from the Victor, or maybe Victor was just grabbing the fruit in the river to heal back up. But this time though, Ashen is up in CS, and I mean, it's normal for Victor to have an easier time CSing. All his skill shots are basically good. All his damage skills are basically all good at farming the wave. Mr. Magic indeed not going Collector first, thank God. Looks like we're going to see double crit Wild Arrow builds from the Jinx and the Caitlyn. So Mr. Magic understanding that he needs to be able to kill a Maokai and an Olaf. So if he goes to Collector build, he just won't have any attack speed. And it looks like the Ghost is popped for both champions. The Ragnarok here into the maximum dosage, and it looks like we're just going to pop both ultimates and walk away. Yeah, so far, not much has happened. Wait, how'd Mundo die? Oh yeah, Mundo died because he greeted for the wave at level, like, when he saw the TP. Okay. Alright, looks like Dar's getting a recall in, has access to his teleport, so we're gonna channel the turtle port probably into the top lane. And now has the anti-heal for the Mundo. Mundo probably going to do the same thing, going to push the wave in. And then going to look to get a recall in to get his Ramble, plus starting on his like Heartsteel. So we'll have to see. Heartsteel, very important item here on Mundo. I know Warmogs is a good item, but I think we need to see the Heartsteel so that he can have the... Oh. Ooh. Okay. Little bit of a better buy. Buys triple Ruby Crystal. So technically more effective help, 450 instead of, yeah, 450 with health regen instead of 300 HP. And
Maokai here working towards his Leandries. But Levreggio is going to find him in the jungle. Nope, gonna decide against it, gonna take the port. And now Emilio in a little bit of danger. The at first slide gonna be used up here. But now Emilio has no way. We get the flash here from Cedric. And that's going to be a double kill, but now Levreggio might be in a little bit of trouble with the turret, but it's not going to be enough. And Soma here, very, very squishy. So it's got to be a little bit careful. And yeah, that's a really good play. The flash Crescent Guard to not proc the challenge marker on the Jinx. Fantastic play by Levreggio, allowing them to once again snowball this bot lane. And this time, it's not at the detriment of Magic dying in exchange. Ashendо also having a fantastic laning phase. Up about 200 gold just from CSing. Johnny a little bit behind. But that's because Mundo kind of like just farms with his Q and stuff. So he's kind of like Tom Kench in a sense. Not great at like clearing a wave. But yeah, that's going to be the Yuntal Wild Arrows picked up. And the red team is going to secure the Feats of Strengths. So Caitlyn going to be looking to be pretty comfortably settling into the mid game. Cedric decided to go with the boots because he didn't have enough money to finish his Wild Arrows. But yeah, the Unleashed teleport has evolved. And it looks like Pyro has made the rotation with Levreggio to be able to secure the second round of grubs. They do have Pyro in at the top side. And that is going to be a play taken away, though, in the bot lane. So Mr. Magic going to lose a tiny bit of his lead. I'm still up about 400 gold after that fight going down because it was shared between Dabber. And the Fireball is going to knock Magic, dealing a little bit of magic damage. But that is going to be the second objective taken. And if this dragon is contested in favor of Dark, that's going to be but Magic now in trouble. The Super Mega Death Rocket gonna be enough with the help of the Life Disintegrating Ray. Metaphors with another beautiful roam. However, this time, when he's roaming, it's to the detriment of his laning prowess. Last time he was roaming, it was to the upscale. But now, McDabber gonna be caught. And no audacious charge. We're just going to stop the turret from being taken. Dragon has spawned, but that's another plate going over to the Jinx. So the Jinx slowly and surely scaling up in her own right. We've got the Nature's Grasp now, and things are not looking too pretty. That's the Crescent Guard taken. And yeah, Cedric not going to be able to get a kill here. Pyro should be able to survive, and yeah, we've got... Oh, Magic not gonna be able to get what he wants. And Ashendog coming up clutch with a nice double kill to be able to secure things up. And now Levreggio should also be able to get this turret. But that means that the bot lane is also going to get access to the first turrets. And Ashen has to be a little bit careful. But yeah, that's gonna be the feats of strengths here, taken by the side of and Mr. Magic should be able to get a first turret bounty for himself. Actually, it's just gonna be shared between Pyro and Magic. But yeah, no, Victor now solidly ahead, 500 gold, has another 1,500 gold to spend. And see what he does end up buying. Looks like we are indeed going for the Heartsteel for Poro. And Mr. Magic finishes boots. They are a little bit better than Cedric's boots because they have 5 extra, I believe it's 5 extra movement speed and 5 extra attack speed. And so far, Dars is still doing good with the Yeah, doing good with the anti-heal. Working up a little bit of a lead. Cedric able to walk away. And yeah, looks like we're probably going Shadow Flame second item here on the Victor. Should probably look to rotate up this Caitlyn so that she can take more turrets. So no reason for her to sit in the bot lane anymore. We've got an Infernal Soul this time. And now Metaphor is getting hit up. This spell's not strong enough to kill the plants in one go. It's 3 grubs to each team, so there ain't gonna be no voidlings this game. But Mundo does enjoy taking turrets and does a good amount of damage. Leandri's built here, but because we went Leandri's, Mundo will kind of just murder this Maokai every time he hits a cleaver. So it looks like the bot lanes have rotated mid, the mid lanes have rotated bot. Let's see if that's enough. Every time Olaf uses any of his skills outside of his E, it will proc. Every time a Q lands, it will proc, but here comes the Nature's Grasp. We Pyro flashes defensively to protect Magic from getting hit by that. But that's Pyro's flash, so the engage availabilities from Zyra are gonna be pretty bad. And yeah, Levadro are gonna be able to clear a pink ward here, and now we're gonna find McDabber. And we're gonna force a flash to heal here, and the light disintegrating ray is gonna be putting in a lot of work. But we have the super mega death rocket. We're gonna just choose not to use it. Okay. That's just another teamfight win here by DH Dark. Looks like the mojo has been settled, the egos have been reset, and the mental has been put back into place. Mundo just healing up a decent amount of HP. And Dara's just looking to do some Dara's things. Slight gold lead. But Victor now finishing his boots. Gonna be working towards his second item. More than likely just gonna be a Shadow Flame. Just because that there's no real tank here on the side of JCFanclub. Jinx gonna take a recall. Gonna be starting to build her second item. I wonder what it's gonna be. Looks like we're gonna get a slight freeze in the frames. Come on, right? Chop chop. Not gonna be able to stop, but Magic is able to put in the work, get another turret to his name. That's a 1500 gold lead in the mid lane. Let's see here, we got about 1000 gold lead in the jungle, about 500 gold lead, and yeah, that's gonna be a free Herald. So yeah, Dark looking much more calm, composed, and ready to win this draft. While I don't really agree with keeping R5 for Xin Zhao the second you see a Maokai and Emilio, I mean, so far, Ashen's been doing pretty good on the Victor. He's playing comfortably, with confidence, and he's just getting stuff done. Metaphor is not having the most stellar game on the Vel'Koz, but, I mean, I don't really know what to expect of Vel'Koz players, as it's just not a champion you really see much of, if ever. It's like a solo queue cheese pick, and it's not really a competitive team staple mage, because, you know, he's like a burst mage, but he's not an actual burst mage. He's just got a passive that does a lot of damage. So, alright. Looks like the little saplings from Maokai are starting to have a little bit of an impact, but, I mean, if that's all this Maokai pick does, I'm going to have been a little disappointed not just seeing a Skarner locked in. But we get it, the Xin Zhao, the Zyra, just a lot of good things to deal with the Skarner. The Super Mega Fire Kick Ball of Doom going to be enough to push Magic away, but it built over Peacemaker going to be enough to clear the wave. Ooh, okay, Ashen going to be taking a decent amount of damage, but now we've got the Audacious Charge We got the Crescent Guard to survive. The Nature's Grasp going to be procced here. And now Soma looking to get onto Pyro. And the Super Mega Death Rocket is going to be enough. And the screen is freezing. But it looks like Magic right now is about to end Soma's career. Can we... Give me a second. Game in progress. Yeah, well, it looks like we just gotta reboot the client real quick. Alright, won't be too long. We'll be back in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta love Riot's potato client, but it looks like Dark was winning the team fight, but prowess to the Infernal Dragon was over to the side of JCFanclub. Let's see exactly where we pop back up. Shouldn't be too long. We should be getting back into the game in just a quick second. I hate it. I hate it when the spectator client does that. But hey, I know it's not my internet, because I'm like live streaming. If it was my internet, you guys wouldn't see the stream. And I'm like, I have other devices connected and they're working perfectly, so we just know it's just right in les patates, you know. Now do we have a spectator bug? Oh no, man! Don't tell me that this best of 5 is turning to shit. Okay, well, I hope we get to reconnect. That's so weird. I don't know, it was working well for like so long, and I know these past few weeks, like things have just been good, but 1 million points on Victor, Jesus. Unable to download spectator data. The client will not close out. Let's just reconnect. Try and get back in. Hopefully it's gonna be good enough. I want to watch the rest of the game. I want to cast the series. Oh, looks like we're gonna be back. All right, so it looks like indeed, JCFanclub have been able to take an Infernal Dragon. Magic had died there, and yeah, well, we're trading a turret for the Otacon. It is the Voracious Otacon this time though, so it is a lot less useful. Once it times out, it isn't really much of an objective anymore, so it's kind of like a one-time Baron kind of thing, where it's got a cool buff. Essentially, for the people that don't know, the Voracious Otacon gives you a false life. When you do die, you do give money over to the enemy team, but you essentially get a free respawn. That's short, but you still get one. And Soma here gonna get found by Livrejo and Ashen, and is gonna get murdered. But it looks like Jinx was able to sort of start closing the gap. Oh, but Mr. Magic just hasn't taken it back yet, and he's also going for his Infinity Edge. Okay, so we've got the turret bug, so like the turrets look like they're up when they're not up, but the bot inner is up, so I can guarantee that. But yeah, it looks like the outer turrets, the outer turrets look like they're available, but trust, they're not up. Okay, and that's the first withdraw. Magic gonna get taken down, and now Livrejo's the only one that's left, and that's just a lot of, like, we take a turret, but Johnny gonna be able to take an inner for himself. Okay, so yeah, that's a 2-item Mundo who's level 15. Let's look at the gold real quick. 600 in favor of Johnny because he just took the turrets. Wow, Zinzao up 2,000 gold over on Larry. Yeah, the AP Maokai build not really working out. About even in the mid lane, and about a 1k, a 1k in both AD carry and support. So the Zyra getting a little bit of damage in. I'm surprised that Darius did not chase Le Vrai Joe, given he knew Zyra was already dead. Okay, well, we'll have to see. So sorry about the reconnect. Sometimes the client just, you know, is pretty dog shit. And, yeah, Soma's just gonna die once again. We've got the War Marchers and Le Vrai Joe with the Crescent Guard able to just, now Cedric gonna be in a little bit of danger. Le Vrai Joe able to turn around. And that's the audacious charge to get over the Valkyr's knockup. And yeah, this is just a dominant game here from the side of the H-Dark. So it looks like we're finally being given an actual best of 5. And there's not going to be like a no momentum swing from games 1 to game 3. Okay. Well, that's a lot of pressure on the bottom inhibitor turret, and it looks like Magic is going to be able to get it for essentially free. Victor is pushing in mid, but doesn't want to risk anything. The Inferno Soul Point going to be taken care of by Le Vrai Joe, and that is going to be Inferno Soul Point, so this Caitlyn's going to start doing even more and more damage. She's already pretty scaled. 50% crit. I'd love to see what her pen item is going to be. I think the Moral Reminder would be a fantastic item here for Caitlyn on third, just because the Olaf, the Maokai, the Melio, you know, just having consistent access to anti-heal is fantastic. The Mundo has it, the Zyra has it, if the Caitlyn has it, then basically everyone has it, because they're the people doing a lot of damage. And Le Vrai Joe is, he hasn't built any resistances, but he just has so much HP that it's kind of like he built resistances, you know, and with the Crescent Guard he's able to do a lot of things, and it looks like the conditions have been met this game for Le Vrai Joe to play and scale properly into the shot calling aspect that he is probably the one with responsibilities for. And looks like we're going on Ending Despair here for Mundo in our third item slot. We still have the Executioner's Calling here for Olaf. He tries to maintain a little bit of anti-heal versus Mundo and Zinzao. But yeah, Metaphors can't really scare this Mundo. Ward's going to be dropped down. Looks like we're going to look to start Baron. We do have some burn damage with both the Mundo and the Zyra. So Mundo does like basically flat max damage. So he's really good at taking objectives. And Caitlyn crits. The Zyra plants are great. And Metaphor's just gonna get jumped on. And yeah, that's gonna be Metaphor's dead. Using the Crescent Guard, Cedric is essentially knocked out of the fight. And Soma here not able to get much done. And that's gonna be Le Vrai Joe getting stuff in. And that's an E double kill by the Mundo. We don't even need to take the Baron. We can probably just end the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very one-sided game. Once again, Dar's not really having any impact in this game. If you're gonna pick a carry-style Jinx, okay, well, I mean, he gets a kill and lives, but, I mean, like, he got a little bit of extra money, so that's not bad, but once again, Dars has had little to almost negative impact this game. And he has taken an objective bounty, which is great. But he's going to need to do a lot more, because so far, his team can't win team fights. The Caitlyn is so far ahead. And Mundo's almost on 4 items, has the upgraded boots, and now, yeah, we're probably going to see the anti-heal armor pen item here from Caitlyn when she gets a chance to get a proper recall in. Metaphor here looks like the FF vote going out, but it's gonna fail. And yeah, that's gonna be the ace in the hole, and now Dars here might be okay. Yep, they're just not having enough damage or money to be turbo impactful. The Jinx gonna try and wave clear, but Ashen is level 16, Jinx is level 13. There's just not much that Cedric can do. And you pick a hyper carry like Kog'Maw and a Jinx, and your jungle's not playing for you. Larry's really got to play more for this bot lane, unless we're gonna give Dars a pick and like give him a lead. You gotta pick a lane to focus. Okay, the Mundo maximum dosage comes out, but yeah, that's gonna be probably just the end of the game. The Caitlyn is just free firing on turrets. Mundo has demolish, and yeah, that's both Nexus turrets down. The life disintegration ray is coming out, but yeah, the Nexus is down to like 30%. Pyro's gonna get taken down, but yeah, Johnny's gonna go down. Okay, so we're at least able to. Oh, Magic gonna be able to time out the Ragnarok, but there's a lot of minions. And no, they're gonna be able to save the Nexus by a hair, but yeah, I think you just walk in as 5 and you just end the game. They're gonna get the Infernal Soul, and then they're just gonna look to end the game. And yeah, Jinx getting a little bit of money, but it's not gonna be enough. Magic 6-1-3 on this, 6-1-4 on this Caitlyn. Ashen 4-1-3. Mundo 4-2-1. Livret Joe 5-2-7. The only one who doesn't have, I mean, even Byro has a positive KDA, so things are looking good. Yeah, that's the third item picked up here for Ashen. We've got the LDR plus a Zeal for Caitlyn. Mundo now on 4+ items, just gonna teleport and just smack the game, and yep, that's gonna be the end of game number 2. DH Dark were able to play pretty damn well and just build a lead and never really lose it at the end of it. Hopefully, the spectator client does not bug out this time and we get to see the full game. But I think from the point where it cut off, it was basically already over. But we'll have to see. Can I? Where's my message? Okay, how do I unpin it? Unpin this message. Can I edit the message? There you go. There you go. Let's get the music back up and running. Alright, give me a second. The draft is already up. Okay, so looks like we got Fan Club on red side, so maybe we're going to see a more impactful counter pick here from the side of Dars. The Olaf, the Ambessa, really, I don't know, it's just... If you're going to pick champions that are looking to, like, shit stomp the game, you kind of need your jungler to make sure you're at least winning your lane hard. And that like level 2 flash def or whatever that Dars did on the turret really did not help. Really did not help. But we got the JCFanclub draft ready check. And we're waiting on the DH Dark ready check. But now Dark is on blue side. So maybe we'll see a different prioritization in terms of the bans. But I'm still expecting a heavy focus on bans aimed at Dars. Keep it locked down. Oh, it's just water. But it was Fruit Punch and Cool Blue. C'est les deux seules saveurs qui ont au Super C à côté de chez moi. Gotta be healthy, Pront. How am I gonna impress the ladies if I look like a 400-pound greasy fat fuck? You know? It's like water, basically just water and natural apple juice. When I can find it on sale, you know? But yeah. I mean maybe like once a month, like when I go to McDonald's, I change the water bottle. I changed the water bottle for like a small Sprite or a small Coke, but I do cardio, but only I don't do cardio in winter because of the ice on the ground and the humidity kind of fucks with my knees. But yeah, normally I used to do like 1 to 3 kilometers of like walking and jogging a day in like spring, summer, and autumn. Really depends how shitty the weather is, because can never tell really nowadays what the weather's gonna be like. Like cette année, il y a déjà plus de neige en mars. Il y a 2 ans, il y avait de la neige jusqu'en mai. So, who knows what's gonna happen? Global warming, an interesting phenomenon. You just really can't tell what the fuck's gonna happen. Did I miss something, or is the draft not ready? Nope. The draft's just not ready. But yeah, no, so far, okay, so game 1 was a close comeback victory from behind by JCFanclub, and game 2 was just a stomp by Dark. So we'll have to see. The ban's probably going to be like exactly the same, except for the fact that Fanclub might just be banning the Jinx on on R3. Let's see here if the Fiora ban comes out as it normally does, or if we're gonna switch things up, because Fiora has been a champion that Dars has really enjoyed playing. But it's weird because the yeah, so Fiora is still gonna get banned. The Warwick is something that Dars enjoys playing, but they kind of just left it open. Are we just gonna see another Yasuo ban? As we've seen, this is probably aimed at Metaphor. He had Yasuo and Yone banned in game 1. Ended up playing Xerath. Yep, okay, so looks like DH Dark not going to switch up any of the bans, and JCFanclub going to go back to the game 1 ban. So let's see, the Caitlyn and the Corgi have been used up for Magic, so now my next guess is either Varus or Ezreal. I don't really see a reason to show your hand too much, or you could just blind pick the Skarner. I mean, if Larry doesn't play Xin Zhao, it could be a lot harder. I mean, Xin Zhao and Zyra are good picks against Skarner, but they haven't showed a favoritism towards it. Now, this Pantheon could be a flex, but more than likely going to Le Vrai Joe. So we'll have to see. A great jungle blind pick, but also a good support pick. Consistent damage, good durability to be fair, and doesn't really matter what he builds. It's just always useful with the point and click stun, you know, if you don't have a way to interact his movement, like if you don't have a Poppy or something to stop the W from the Pantheon, you kind of just get going. Okay, Larry gonna lock in the Nocturne here. Okay, that's very interesting. I didn't think the Nocturne was already on the table, given how there's just so much open. But this is definitely going to change the style of team comp you play, because Nocturne's kind of like CEO, a farming style champion. And I don't think we should expect like many ganks. It's really important for Nocturne to hit that early 6 CEO. Cedric going to lock in the Jhin. Alright, I mean, Kai'Sa is still open. So, and Magic has dabbled a bit in the Kai'Sa. So we'll see. No, instead we're just gonna go to the Ezreal. Favorable matchup for Ezreal across the entirety of the game. Jhin does a lot of damage, but I mean, Ezreal can get so much done by the time Jhin can attack twice that sometimes it just doesn't matter. I mean, unless we get like a 4th shot crit, like super omega boom boom kaboom boom, you know? It just sometimes just doesn't matter. Okay, so Ezreal normally probably want to pair that with a Karma, a Rakan, See what we get. Okay, so interesting here. We are blind picking the Galio. Now this could be Pyro's Galio, but it could also just be Ashen's pick. But you normally don't blind pick the Galio. It's not as blind pickable as people think because, I mean, Metaphor has shown that he's willing to play Yone. As it was banned away in game 1. So here, here we probably just see a Yone lock-in. But that's going to be a lot of AD, and then they could just ban... Okay, no, yeah, we're going to see the Jace into Galio matchup more than likely. Just a good matchup for Jace, as Galio builds magic resistance and doesn't have much armor scaling at all. I think he's got a little bit of armor scaling on his passive and or his W, but he's not Rammus or Malphite, you know? Alright, we're going to be now focusing the top lane champion picks. So Set going to be banned away here from Here's Poro, already having used the Mundo and the Volibear. So now the Set, naturally the next champion to come to mind when we think of Here's Poro. Actually, it's the first champion we think of when we think of Here's Poro, because this guy has taken, like, some games he has taken like 15 plus turrets. There's not even 15 turrets to take in a game. This guy has just taken. Okay, I don't see the Ornn angle here for Heroes Pro, given the draft they have, because they're lacking damage. Galio's kind of like negative damage, unless you go super squishy Galio. But if you go super squishy Galio, I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way if there's no like magic damage on the side of Fanclub. But we'll have to see what we pair up, because I mean, they can always just pick the Zyro. The Zyro with the Jhin is always a good combination. Jhin Karma is always decent. I don't have access to the Lulu anymore, but they do have access to something like the Rakan and other things. Maybe even the Amumu? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what McDapper wants to play, because so far he's played 2 Enchanters. And I think naturally here, you blind pick your support to give counter pick to your top lane. Because you already know what kind of support matchup you... Yeah. So we're going to pick the Karma here for McDapper. And that's a little bit of magic damage, but like the Leandri's Karma is probably not the like best route into like oh my god. Is Poro just gonna play Run It Down Scion? Is this just the boss FFS 1, 2, 3? Are we just gonna see some Scion gameplay? No? Okay. I'm confused. Okay, so that's Galio support. Yeah, that's Galio support. Okay. I mean, makes sense. But now Poro, for the first time, playing a pretty weak top laner. I mean, has opportunities to get kills, but like Scion is not a fighter. He's just a tank. Let's see what Dars wants. I want to see Kennen. Okay, so the AP damage is going to be coming from the Kennen, but Kennen into Scion can be a little bit dangerous if Dars gets a little bit cocky. Let's hope he doesn't make the same kind of misplays. Doesn't make the same kind of misplays he made in the 1v1 versus the Mundo. So let's swap back to the League client as we get ready to get a single minute of ads. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you enjoyed your ads when you come back, and we'll see you in just a quick second. Oh. Gotta get them stretches in. Ugh. Bah. Alright, looks like we have the ready check here from JCFanclub on red side. To start the game, we're just waiting on the ready check from the side of the chart, and the champion select should start momentarily. Okay, we've got the ready check from Magic Diamond Championship. Select this starting. So, who do we got? Who do we got our thinking caps on for? Because these drafts, this is very, very different from what we normally see out of JCFanclub. But the Kennen has the opportunity to kind of like snowball a small lead before Sion builds enough resistances to be able to start just surviving through. But Darius hasn't had the cleanest of laning phases. Did have a little bit of CS lead as the Olaf, but didn't really transition that into anything that was meaningful. And Ashen's got a pretty hard matchup here. Jace just naturally strong laner. And we'll have to see what kind of Ahri build he goes. Does he go the vegan, malignance, horizon focus into damage items, or does he go more the I think malignance is always a great item on Ahri, but sometimes if you're not like a pick based comp or whatever, you don't really need to go malignance. I think maybe Gunblade could be sometimes a little bit more accurate and stuff. You'd never really need to go Gunblade or Leandries on Ahri. Sorry, not Gunblade. Fucking Blackfire Torch or Leandries on Ahri though. I feel like she's not a champion that utilizes burn items very well because she doesn't have the best amount of low cooldowns. Like, she's got the Q and the W, but you don't build like the early mana item. Like, I can see Blackfire Torch in certain scenarios, but then again, you know, you only build the Malignance because the ult is just naturally low cooldown. It's the same reason why you build in a Lux and like Karma and other AP poke champions, just because you can make some good use out of it. So I think this looks like a much weaker draft, but like standard style here from the side of DH Dark. I think if the cooking in the kitchen works well for JC, I think they should just be able to take it. They do have overall better late game scalers, and Pantheon does fall off. It doesn't fall off that hard or whatever, but Galio's support definitely does fall off pretty damn hard. Very useful between like the level 6 to 11 parts of the game. But then like the people just be building he'll just run out of money to keep up with the defenses that he needs versus the Jhin and the Jace, and probably end up getting one comboed if he falls too far behind. So we'll have to see, because normally with Ezreal you kind of want the poke support or like the engage, so you have the engage from the Galio, but Karma's a bit of a bitch. Having access to the root, if the Justice Punch kind of gets wasted, Pyro doesn't have flash, he might just die. And I know Jin's like biggest nightmare is hitting on tanks or whatever, but Galio early, the support item and starting runes, I mean, Aftershock only gets you so much, right? So that's what we're gonna have to see. Other than that, I'm excited to see what build the Jhin opts for. We're going to see the Mosquito build, the high damage build, and what we're going to see from this Jace. Excited to see if it's AD or AP Kennen, but I think it probably should be AP Kennen, if anything. Though there is a Galio and a Sion with a Pantheon, so I'll have to see. Levreggio probably just going to build what all bruisers standardly build. Like, you can go with like Titanic, Sundered, Black Cleaver. You have your pick of the litter for like the super good HP AD items that give cooldown reduction that you want. So you kind of just pick whatever the fuck you want to build, and it kind of just works out. We've seen some variants of Heartsteel Pantheon, but I don't know if that's going to be appropriate for this game. And we'll also have to see what kind of ganks that my boy Mr. Soma Cruz gets in, because it's very important to see if the Nocturne is able to hit that level 6 early, you know? But we'll have to find out. Ooh, a Crunchyroll notification. I wonder what that's about. But we got Sion, Dragon Slayer, Pantheon, Challenger, Ahri, Prestige, Heaven, Scale, Ezreal, Gatekeeper, Galio, Darkstar, Karma, Blood Moon, Jhin, Resistance, Jace, Eternum, Nocturne, and Super Kennen. We got 2 barriers, heal versus exhaust in the bot lane, 4 TPs, and we are ready to get motherfucking rocket. We got Electrocute on Kennen and Ahri, but we got Grasp on Jace and Sion. So maybe this is more of like the defensive style Jace build. Are we gonna see like the Fimble shenanigans? I'm just worried because once again, there's no true front line here for the side of JCFanclub. And there's a pretty fat front line from the side of okay, so looks like we did opt in for the AD start, but we have the Electrocute, so we could pivot to maybe like an AP style build. So we'll have to see what the Kennen wants to do. I don't think an AD build would be too appropriate. We could see like the on-hit style Kennen or whatever, but then we truly don't have any magic damage, and Sion with enough armor kind of just does whatever he wants. We already know that if Sion ends up building armor, Jin's gonna look at him and be like, oh, how am I supposed to kill this guy? I have 4 bullets. And yeah, it looks like we're not getting aggressive wards. Okay. Levajo just sneaking in on auto attack against Soma. Excited to see Darius have maybe a pop-off game, because so far his games have been pretty lackluster. Alright, Never starting out. Ooh, Magic with a nice Mystic Shot to start off with. Ooh, no Soul Furnace here to start off with, so we're not going to be stacking HP from level 1. Oh, Lamancha Q gonna miss here from Dabber. Excited to see what skill Galio took. I'm pretty sure we took Justice Punch. No, we took the Shield of Duran, because he has the MR shield. Magic gonna be taking a little bit of poke from the Karma, but I mean, I hope to see an SC Jhin, because so far we just haven't really seen much from Cedric at all this this series. I'm just hoping JCFanclub kind of like shakes off the nerves, because they had a good come from behind victory in game 1, and game 2, well, they kind of looked all out of sync. The AP Maokai build just didn't do anything. Yeah, when your team needs a front line and your jungler builds like he's playing versus an Ornn or a Mundo, you know, it feels kind of bad, you know. So far, things are pretty adequate here in the mid lane, but Metaphor is running a little bit low on mana. Has been the hammer form for Jace, if for the people that don't know, does restore mana, and it does scale with the rank of the E. Sorry, the rank of the W increases the mana gain per auto attack in hammer form. Poro might just die here. Oh no. Gonna just be able to make it out. Cedric here in a little bit of trouble. And we do get the flash from Levrejo for the flash from Cedric. But not much else. That flash was pretty big. And looks like Levrejo just gonna recall. I'm gonna lose out on the double scuttle though. It's a good job from Dabber to use the heal to make sure that Cedric could get out alive. I think maybe Cedric would have died if the heal hadn't been used. Alright. Interested in seeing. Okay, so we've got the tier first, so that could mean a lot of things, but we'll have to see a little bit later into the build, because it might just be tier into Cleaver or tier into Shojin, into Den, the finished tier item. I don't think the tier item is going to be finished first. We're not talking about like the top lane Korean Jace that we saw throughout the LCK, while the unending Fimbulwinter build was kind of nasty. I think that build's been adjusted so that it's a lot less bad. And Ice to the Skies are gonna do a decent amount of damage. And Poro just gonna be able to farm up. Has his call, so eventually we'll just be rocking up. Magic doesn't have much mana. They are able to take a plate. But Darius is level 6. So Poro has to be a little bit careful. The Cull is an interesting early buy. Because it is going to delay his item, but eventually it's going to get him maybe a little bit more GP. It looks like Magic's at the 1300 mark, looking to take a recall for Shintir. Galio here gonna go Sunfire Keep? No, probably. Huh? I don't know why supports end up holding a it's weird. Sometimes you see it's 1-1. I pinned the message in chat to lurk, but it's 1-1 right now. This is game 3. Okay. Okay, Poro taking a lot of damage. Has access to the ultimate if he really needs to, but looks like he wants to take it back. Still has teleport, but Darius hasn't looked to recall yet. Soma is first on the grub side of the map, and it does have that level 6 for the possible paranoia play. We pinged that Soma is near top side, but it's gonna be your standard objective trade of grub versus dragons. Okay. That's gonna be chunked out pretty badly here. But just wanting to make sure that Poro can have like an optimal style recall. Oh, the Soma might just die here. Okay, so Soma trades a 1-for-1 after getting grubs. That's a little bit unfortunate, because that's gonna give some well-needed money to Johnny. Was able to kind of make a comeback. So yeah, it looks like it's probably gonna be maybe the JC's just going early Manamune, but I really think we might see like Yomus or something. I don't think we'll necessarily see Yomus, but pickaxe could mean a lot of stuff. Okay, another to the skies onto Ashen, forced to use the Spirit Rush, but now Levrejo has to find Metaphor. Gonna break the tether, but Ashen is out of mana. And yeah, Ashen just gonna go down, and it's a little bit unfortunate. The Nocturne is getting snowballed, but it looks like Stridebreaker is gonna be his Tiamat item of choice. Though Poro does get a nice 2 plates for himself, establishing a little bit of a gold lead. Yeah, it's 1-1. It's I pinned it in the chat for those wondering. You just look at the chat. You should be able to see the message. Heart of Duran, Shield of Duran comes out, and McDabber is taking a lot of damage here. But we're returning the fire with we're returning fire. Poro here to force the flash over the wall, but Metaphor with another beautiful robe. That hammer slam, able to clutch in another beautiful kill. Metaphor really playing well overall this series. Just kind of getting a lot of them roaming plays out. And Cedric looks to be going Collector first. And Nocturne has given up his blue side jungle for the time being. Pyro is going to find McDabber. We're not going to be able to get anything done with that. There are no camps in the blue side jungle for Pantheon, so successful counter jungle invades, but that's going to be another Scuttle Crab going to the side of Scuttle Crab going to the side of Mr. Soma Cruz. And Poro here, getting close to finishing. I think his Heartsteel is the item he wants to get. And then eventually, Kennen going for what I think is the Andres first. So he's just trying to deal with the fat amount of HP that Poro is going to be building. Let's see how much HP from Stacks. Already has an extra 360 HP just from his W's passive. So, yeah, Poro looking good in the HP department. Feats of Warfare has been secured by the red team. Wait. 9:15. Oh, okay, yeah. That was the turret dial. Oh no, the feats was when Ashen died to Nocturne. Okay. Magic's got a decent gold lead here. And now Void Grubs round 2 have spawned, and it looks like it's going to be a 6-0 contest. A 6-0 no contest here from the side of Dark. So 6 Grubs with a Jace and a split pushing cannon could be pretty impactful. Unfortunately, the poor Scion, who really loves to utilize Grubs, isn't going to be able to get his hands on any. And Ezreal... Okay, well, I guess we did not have the charm in the mid lane here. And oh, that's a nice chunk of wave cleared. But we are starting up the Hextech Dragon here for this side of DH Dark. We're gonna see what kind of rift we're gonna be thrown into. Shoshin picked up here by the Jace, got Strikebreaker for the Nocturne, and it is going to be a Chemtech Drake, a Chemtech Soul. Interesting. Not the most useful for either team. I mean, it's good on Karma and Scion, and maybe Galio, but that's about it. Not very, very useful. We're looking to get some more plates. Now the Heartsteel and some magic resist has been picked up. Dar is able to get himself a third plate. And Ashen's just going to take a face blast to the face. It looks like he is indeed not going Malignance first, so probably going to see the Luden's Companion here from Ashen shortly once he takes the recall. The charm is going to miss though. And let's see, how much money? We got about almost 1,000 gold. So he could buy it if he wants to buy it. But I don't think he wants to take the recall yet. A Heartsteel now finished. Okay, the Leandries and the Sword Shoes have been finished here by Kennen, and I wonder what the next item he's going to build is. But so far, Poro's not doing too bad. A little bit down, as expected, but Kennen hasn't really been able to generate much of a lead. Only like about 10 CS, which really isn't anything when you think about it. Magic gonna get sniped. I don't know, man. His game 1 on Xerath was fantastic, Vince. I feel like he played game 1 so optimally, and was like the key reason why they won the game in the first place. I think if anything, Dars is tilted that he hasn't been able to play the way he wants to play. And here's Poro, might just die and force the flash. Not able to get all that juicy wave, but another 1,000 gold, so that's gonna be Mercury Treads plus some armor being built up. Buchanan has another 800 gold, so we're looking at about a 300 something gold deficit. But that's going to be the first turret taken. And the Shield of Duran going to be channeled, but we're not going to be able to get much done. But I mean, hey, it's a Jhin versus a Galio. We're not really expecting the Jhin to have any damage on the Galio. The next objective that goes down is going to be important here for the Feats of Strengths. Because we have JCFanclub with the Feats of Warfare, and we got DH Dark with the first turret. Oh, never mind. It looks like Ashen just went for the Malignant still, even while having the build path for the Luden's Companion. So probably gonna be Shadow Flame's second item here from Ashen. Try and deal with this Jace a little bit, get a little bit more damage. I'm probably gonna see like a Proto Belt or a Shadow Flame from the side of. Yeah, we have to stop this dragon from going through. And Lebrejo has died. And yeah, that's gonna be the Feats of Warfare given over to the side of DH Dark. I really don't know why. I really don't know why Soma didn't just like smite Ipop the Herald. But hey, I guess good job for Pyro starting the team fight, distracting Soma, and even though both junglers die, was able to secure that Rift Herald. So that'll make things even more annoying for the side of JCFanclub because they were so close to getting that, and they just didn't get it. Dapper here kind of trolling Cedric, and yeah, Pantheon does have a global. You gotta remember that Pantheon has a global skill, and he could just come down and kind of fuck you up. Ashen doing his best to defend the bot lane turret. It doesn't really matter. Sion already took the top turrets, and they took the bot turret. Plus, now they're gonna get Chemtech Soul Point for what is essentially free. I feel like the mental hasn't complete, like the tilting hasn't completely shaken off here from the side of JCFanclub, and while things look nice at the start, feels like things are starting to slip away. It's close, but the little throws here and there are what really matter. And it can change a lot. It looks like Pyro here is gonna find Soma. We don't have any other way to close the gap, but we're at least gonna save our blue buff. So good job to Pyro defending another mini objective. Ashen the only one kind of not having fun against his lane opponent. Metaphor just doing a lot of damage. A Spirit Rush here forced out by Ashen is huge. A turret is down to 50%, but the Ahri ult is oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Let's see, how much HP has Poro gone? Poro's gone 772 extra HP, so he's sitting on 4,000 health with a single completed item. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Pyro here, forcing the flash here from Metaphors. Soma sitting in the bush looking for Pyro. Pyro gonna get rooted off by the Deadly Flourish. The current call gonna be coming out, and that's gonna be the end of that. And now Ashen, whew, taking like 100 HP, gonna get jumped on. The Ruinous Atacon has spawned, and it looks like, oh wow, Lebrejo getting jabaited into that. But we're looking to continue. And Poro here just gonna be able to get another Heartsteel Slap. Gets the ultimate, forcing the flash here. And Dapper getting taken pretty low by Magic, but has to be a little for unfortunately, that was a little bit of a fumble here by DH Dark, but they were able to recover slightly by not losing everyone. But good job by Fanclub to... Oh, okay, we've got the Pantheon Ultimate. We're looking to find Metaphor, but that's the Grand Skyfall. Grand Skyfall used up for relatively nothing. Let's see, Metaphor now sitting at about the 1200 gold lead. Yeah, so there's gold leads about all over the place this game. And now Pyro here, you're gonna throw the Herald into the turret just to get it really low. They don't have Grub's reminder, so it's a little harder for them to take objectives. And I mean, the bouncing grenade is really good at clearing caster minions. But so far, this Scion has been a little bit more of a blockade for the side of JCFanclub, as it only gets worse from here. Shadow Flame built up though, nice, and Soma really needs to spend his money, but Metaphor are gonna be able to get an extra turret here. It's almost the entire outer circuit broken on the map. The remaining turrets really don't have much HP. That should be Hexblade. No, we're just gonna see Stag's Gauge, and now probably gonna see now we're probably gonna see the Hexblade here from the side of Soma. Yeah, Metaphor now with the finished Monamune, sitting comfortably, has another 1,000 gold. Wonder what he's gonna build now. Probably maybe a bit of Pen or like a Black Cleaver. That should be the mid-outer taken, and the Chemtech Soul is on the line here in just 30 seconds. We do have a little bit of wave clear, so we don't have to risk the inner turret taking too much damage. But this Chemtech Soul will already make this almost unkillable Scion unkillable. And it is a Ruinous Otacon, so the shield power that they stand to gain from this Otacon is insane, given that they already have 2 Chemtech. But they're going to answer with a turret of their own. They have 6 Grubs, so a single person hitting that turret would mean that that turret at that HP is going to melt. So I'm going to be taking a decent amount of damage from the Ezreal poke. We are at the 2.5 item mark here for the Ezreal. Probably going to look to get the Spear of Shojin next. Dar's forced to use the Surge early. We've got the Paranoia. And who is it gonna be used on? We're thinking we're gonna target the tank? Okay. And now they're kind of backed up into a corner. Cedric, Dabber kind of just gets left to die. And now we've got the Slicing Maelstrom into the curtain call. Magic is gonna get taken out though. And now, yeah, Portal's just gonna run Cedric and the others down. I don't think they have the damage to kill this, Okay, someone gonna be able to get away by the skin of his teeth, maybe. But no, ooh, no, Ari gonna have that little bit of a burn. And yeah, there just wasn't enough damage to close out. Magic kind of gets left to die for as Galio Justice punches away from him in the middle of the Jhin ultimate. But yeah, Dars didn't have a really good flank. And the Paranoia onto the full tank Scion? That was very, very questionable. And the Scion now almost at 3 items. Yeah. Sitting with a little bit of a gold lead against the Kennen, but it's just so tanky. We need like a Leandri's burn effect to be able to take down the Scion, but Kennen can't be focusing the Scion in teamfights. He has to try to kill this Ezreal. He has to try and lock this Ezreal down with a nice flank. We might just trade a Chemtech Drake for Otacon. I think that's definitely a play you want to make. Doesn't really matter. It's 1 Chemtech Drake, and Levrejo here gonna be found out, gonna be feared into the damage. Doesn't have the flash. Can't. Oh, Had flash, but decided to waste it as he was already dead. That's a little bit unfortunate. DH Dark starting to fumble and tumble. Maybe the nerves are getting to them. The team fights haven't looked so clean as it did in game number 2. Magic almost made an attempt to steal that Baron. Steal that Dragon. Would have been fantastic if he did, but I mean, Soma had smite, pressed the legendary jungle button, and he made sure the objective went through. The paranoia coming through. Magic here, stuck, and just gonna get found. And now Pyro in a little bit of trouble, and there's no getting away. Once you're in front of a Galio, as soon as he Justice punches, yeah, this cannon now starting to really work out. But yeah, Poro's playing Sion, you know, he doesn't have to care. Gonna use the ultimate to get out of there, but that's gonna be Dragon plus a team fight win plus Baron in exchange for an inner turret. Levrejo is here looking to make something happen. But yeah, Levrejo is just gonna get mucker truckered, and we're probably gonna be taking the match point very shortly. Yeah. Okay, we get a nice true shot barrage. Ashen is here with the Spirit Rush. And he's also gonna get taken down. Yeah, oof. Yeah, things not looking too good here for the side of DH Dark. Now we've got a heavy gold swing starting to swing in. Cannon now, Rich should have his, yeah, that's Dars picking up his third item. He's now got that Hourglass instead of that Broken Seeker's Arm Guard. And yeah, the Jace on 3 items looking comfortable. Metaphor really putting in some good damage in these team fights. And Larry's latest Paranoia, fantastic. To kind of hunt down the Ezreal, knowing that even through the Arcane Shift, once you get the Paranoia clicked on someone, it doesn't matter where they are, bro. You follow them to where they are. You land where they are at. It's really hard to get away from a Nocturne once he's got that done. And Metaphor going to be taking another turret in the top lane. Metaphor is starting to build up a decent lead, about 2,700 gold so far. And that's going to be the Ruinous Otacon, plus they have Baron. That's just going to be a lot of AD for Soma, Cedric, Metaphor. It's going to be a good amount of AP for Dabber too, so... yeah, now there's a shit ton of flowers. Poro understands that he has to try and get like some split pushing done. But he also has to be there to be the frontline for his team, because he's got the most money on his team by a large margin. Unfortunately, Levrejo, his Pantheon hasn't seemed too clutch, has missed out on some bare necessities. Electricities. Now they're looking to block off the exit for the side, but unfortunately they choose the wrong door. However, they did burn the Slicing Maelstrom from Kennen, so Pearl getting a small W. But that cooldown is relatively short, and it'll be back up before the next impactful fight happens. Galio getting found out once again. Pyro getting slowed down. Justice Punch forced to flash backwards, but then we got the current call, and Jace just has enough damage. Yeah, Magic taking a lot of damage from just a regular Shock Blast. It wasn't even an accelerated Shock Blast. And that, ooh, wow, okay, now that was an accelerated Shock Blast. That kind of hurt. Now Magic getting rooted up. And yeah, that's a Baroned up Cannon minion. We got the teleport here from Dars. Has the Slicing Maelstrom. And we've got the Hourglass to buy the time we need. Nocturne needs to see the people in the back to be able to ult properly. And he's going to be able to get onto Magic. The turret is going to be going down. The flash from Metaphor is going to be enough. And Metaphor going back in. And we're going to be able to kill Levrejo and Pyro. Poro is going to be going down. And Pyro not going to be able to survive. And the Jhin with the triple kill. Cedric looking clean this game. Able to follow up. Fantastic deadly flourishes. The current calls have all been just really nice. We got a 4th shot coming out from Cedric, but unfortunately the Baron buff has worn off. Maybe Ashen can buy enough time, but it's a 20-second death timer before Magic gets back. If he gets hit by a single thing, then the Deadly Flourish comes in, and that's going to be the first turret down. That's going to be the second turret down, and third turret, the Deadly Flourish going to miss, but as they did in game number 1, they just decided to beat the Nexus. And that's not going to be enough, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to game 4. There you go. Score has been updated. Let's get that music back up and running. Okay. That was just a clean game from the side. It looks like we are maybe getting a substitution out. Are we subbing out Pyro here for Clover? We'll have to see. But so far, Metaphor in the mid lane has looked pretty clean. Game 2, he wasn't like the most impactful, but like he did do a decent amount of damage. However, games 1 and games 3, man, he kind of just took over. Looks like we are currently debating side selection. We're going to be taking red side for Dark in game number 4. If they want to force the silver scrapes, we're going to have to see some magic happen here. No worries, Lily. It's okay. Alright. I mean, that just looked clean here from the side of JCFanclub in game number 3. It felt like the momentum from game number 2 for the side of DH Dark, it just wasn't there. I don't know. The draft just didn't feel clean. It didn't feel like good. Yeah, the Pantheon had some cool plays, but it's just no habla baguette. What? Who's this guy? Guess it was just a random. Da 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 da. Okay. Are we gonna see Dark be able to bounce back? Because game 2 was a one-sided stomp for Dark. It looked like JCFanclub had no chance of playing the game. Game 1, Dark kind of threw a few too many team fights that they were up ahead on. And that went to shit. And game 3, well, it looked like Dark had an okay start, but then things kind of just went down the gutter. Alright. Probably doing a strategic coaching meeting thing, so we should have the draft ready and going soon. Mr. Magic will let me know when the draft drops. Gonna lift my leg for a second as we chill. Let's go examine the draft and see what exactly went wrong in game number 3. So, here on the side of Dark, we kind of just didn't draft any damage. We drafted a front line, but then when it came time to start team fights, we were using our Galio to start the team fight, and then we had to use Galio ult to kind of try and save someone. But if you're using your Galio to engage, he won't have any HP to peel for when his ultimate comes in. And by the time we were finding ways for Pyro to ult in, the people that he needed to save were already dead. So there was just... there was essentially just no momentum. Dars had a pretty damn good game on the Kennen. Didn't do much early, but had some fantastic slicing maelstroms towards the mid game to really kind of clinch that. Metaphors did a lot of damage on Jace, and I mean, while Cedric didn't do much, too much early, kind of just ended up doing what he needed to do, landed a lot of fantastic deadly flourishes, and had some great curtain calls to be able to snipe some important targets out. And that's just that. Yeah, Ashen kind of really didn't do anything on the Ahri. And the Pantheon was just very... The Pantheon, Sion, and Galio were just very, I mean, everyone from Dark was pretty lackluster here in game number 3, so... Hoping to see, you know... The mental going strong, because these games can be hard. This is the first best of 5 of the season. Yo, mon lien. Where's my link at, baby? Oh, okay, so it looks like Pyro is being chubba-dubbed out for Clover, so we're gonna see Clover get in here soon. Where's my link? Give me my link. Alright, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So now we're gonna look to focus more of like an enchanter defensive style bot lane here for Mr. Magic. So I wonder what that's gonna reflect, because we used the Corgi, we used the Ezreal, and we played the Caitlyn already. So like, what's left? Are we gonna play like Smolar, Varus, and Zeri? Have we been practicing Zeri? I don't know if that's the case, you know. But we've got the ready check from Dark on red side. Need the ready check from JCFanclub, and then we can get started, baby. You're gonna see, and now that we're in game 4, the amount of champions banned are pretty damn big. Alright, Clover is getting invited. Alright, here we go. We got the draft started, ladies and gentlemen. The band's more than likely gonna stay the same for a while. Alright. We're still giving Mr. Magic off the Jinx. But yeah, here you go. Look, for you guys that are wondering, this is what is turned off for both teams. Red is Dark, blue is JCFanclub. So, same bans as always from both teams. Actually, no, nothing's changed. So let's see what JCFanclub have in mind here for their first pick. Alright. Oh, wow. JCFanclub going to take away Clover's main pick in the Soraka. So they did their homework. Not only are they giving Magic off the Jinx, but they're also going to deny the Clover mainstay pick here of the Soraka. So let's see how the H-Shark answer this. But, I mean, to be fair, we've only seen enchanters from the side of McDabber. Okay, the Lux locked in. That's a pretty early Lux lock in, but yeah, okay, well, the Jhin is left up. Mr. Magic gets a chance on his Jhin, and he is very, very good. I mean, just going through what's like left, there isn't much left in the pool for Mr. Magic. I mean, there's like Ashe and maybe Varus, and I think sometimes he can pick Smolar, but okay, no, looks like we're gonna keep the 80 carry pick hidden for now. We do know that the Jhin is available, but we're gonna get Levrejo on something comfortable so that he can make plays and make calls and be comfortable knowing that his team has to follow through. Because Pantheon did have like a global ultimate, but I mean, if you're ulting it alone and there's no one there to help you, you kind of just die. Hey yo, for reals? Tristana? Okay. Is this Metaphor's Tristana or is this Cedric's Tristana? Because I mean, Tristana pretty good in the Jhin. So maybe trying to push the Jhin pick away. We can also use this rocket to cancel the Jhin ultimate with the silence. But we'll have to see what this last login. Probably looking to pick a jungle pick. Yeah, yeah, we're looking to just take the Xin Zhao. And now the Xin Zhao will be completely out. So this is the first shared champion out of 30 fucking picks. There have been 30 unique champions played. And the 35th one, there's been 34 unique picks so far this series. And now we finally see our first repeat. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Varus is going to be the lock-in here for Mr. Magic. With Lux, I'm expecting like lethality. I don't think I'm expecting on hit if you have the J4 and stuff. But we'll have to see how the rest of the team looks like. I don't know if this Lux is going to the side of Clover. It could be Ashen's, but Lux mid hasn't looked that great. We're going to be banning the Warwick. We're going to be banning the Ornn. Probably looking at banning the Gwen? I mean, I'd say it's between like Gwen or Camille. It really depends on what you're looking to do. They both kind of serve the same purpose. But I feel like Camille would be more adept for a draft with a Jarvan than a draft with a Xin Zhao. Okay, no, instead we're going to ban the Victor away from Metaphors. I mean, the Yona is still up, but we'd have no AP, and we're still thinking about the ban here, looking to hover the ban for set. It's going to be locked in. We're just going to instantly log in the Orianna. Okay, so it is Lux Varus bot lane. And let's see what else we get. Do we get push to game number 5? Is this that's some solid team fighting aspects. You got the ball delivery combo with Orianna J4. You've got just solid laning with various Lux. A fan club need to give us some of that spice. Okay, so we've got a Mel, so we can. Can we reflect the shockwave? I don't know if we can, but I mean, Mel's pretty long range, so should be able to poke out Ashen in lane, as was the case for game 1. So if we got the same kind of result of what happened in game 1, then we might be looking at a game 5 angle. And Dar's here now on the Gnar. What is Poro gonna play? Apparently he's been playing a fuck ton of Ornn, because it's been banned every series. Because now the thing is, if the Malphite, yeah, sounds normal. Got the poke ability in the early game. Maybe we can get some stuff done with that. Let's get a 1 minute add in for you guys real quick. And I'll talk about the draft in a second. Wait, just on a mid? Oh, Mel AP carry? Okay. I mean, it makes sense against the Varus. You can reflect the ult, the Qs, the stuff, and all that. Alright. Okay, I mean, the Tristana mid makes sense when you look at it. It's just a much better matchup into the Orianna than the Mel is, given the lack of things that she can reflect. But in the bot lane, she can kind of throw back almost every spell that's going to come her way. So we're putting Cedric a little bit on mage duty, so we're kind of doubting his abilities as an AD carry. And we're just gonna put him on AP, the AP pool for now. As Stars has shown that he's not really comfortable on AP champions. So, because the Rumble's been left open the entire series. And Rumble, now that Galio's gone, he's probably like the freest pick in the world. But we'll have to see what we end up getting. So yeah, we're about to load into the spectator delay. I'm gonna mute Mike, just go take a piss real quick. And we'll be back when we're into the game. Alrighty, here we go, guys. About a minute until we get into the game. Hopefully, we get some banger back and forth. Because it is match point for JC. And one thing you do got to understand, no lower bracket. So if Dark loses this, I heard that they're not going to be staying together as a team past this Eternal season. So it would be a sad way to go with a 3-1 defeat in a best of 5. Pushing that 5th game will probably like rebuild the morale a bit, because game 2 they look clean, they looked good, it looked great, but and you get to game 3 and it's like, what happened? And now this is game 4, so we gotta see, has the mental reset? Are they looking more clean? Are they looking more composed? Are they still tilted? Because man, to be fair, at the start of game 3, the JCFanclub looked kind of tilted, but they still delivered, and they sadly just played better than Dark. And when Dark wasn't really performing that well, they weren't getting much done. So let's mute the music up, get into the game, and let's pray. Pray to see that 5th game so we can get ourselves scraps. Alright, we got Dino Narc, Cosmic Defenders, Inzel, Dragon Trainer, Tristana, Mel, Order of the Banana Zoraga, Prestige Battle, Academia Lux, Cosmic Hunter Varus, T1 Oriana, Lunar Beast J4, and we got Mecha Malfoy. We got ourselves 5 teleports, 1 barrier, heal versus ignite. We got grass versus comet in the top lane, and we are ready to motherfucking rumble in the jungle. This should be a much more aggressive jungle matchup between Soma and Lavrejo. As you know, there's no Nocturne who's going to be power farming for 5 million years, but Nocturne was kind of gifted quite a few kills for free. Did have to trade his life for one of them, but was just able to start printing some money. The AP Malphite versus Gnar. So will Gnar have enough sustain with the Grasp and Doran Shield to outlast the mana bar on the Malphite? That's the real question. And we'll have to see how Magic plays on Varus. Yeah, unfortunately, Gnar's Boomerang is too low cooldown to be able to try and break.
Minions have spawned.
Like, I'll throw a Boomerang, Malphite to get hit, but by the time Gnar has another Boomerang, Malphite's passive will have regen, and because he can't break the shield, he's not actually getting any damage done to Malphite. And, well, his rage just kind of times out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll have to see here. Mel Mel Soraka bot lane. I've never seen this duo, but Mel's got like good wave clear and stuff, and I think Poro just looking to get a rolling rock to the face of Gnar. There's no fleet footwork, so you do have to get the grass stacks up if you want to heal. Keep in mind, this is how Tristana wants to take trades. And that is a Half-Life Ashen forced to use a pot already. It only gets worse from here. Early level 2 here, trying to find some damage on Dabber in the Soraka lane. It is key focus to try and kill Soraka early, because Soraka is technically an unlimited healer as long as the person she is healing is alive. She can't heal herself. Well, she can slightly increase her regen, but it's not like fantastic compared to what her heals do. Metaphor already hitting level 3 in the mid lane. Looking for another aggressive rocket jump onto Ashen. You really want to try and blow that flash early, because Orianna with no summon, with no flash, feels so bad. Levrejo doesn't want to lose his blue buff, but unfortunately Soma not gonna contest with the smite. Here Dar's going in. Poro has no mana. Ooh, I don't know if that was a missed cannon here by Dars. If it was, it feels bad, man. Your mana list, so normally missing out on cannon minions is just. Say like Soraka can heal about 100 HP for every time she lands a Q. I think it's like per champion hit you get X amount of like static HP that you'll heal over a little bit. And diving on Malphite is not a smart idea. We have no damage, there's no Mega Gnar. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a poke here. Levrejo trying to force Cedric to use his summoners, but Cedric can use the walking away technique, you know? That's a legendary technique that a lot of people in solo queue don't have unlocked. When you're close to your turret and you're getting dove, just walk away. Yeah, with the Soraka heals, we don't really have much damage. Ooh. Oh, wow. We were almost in range for Cedric to get the execute. Now, Metaphors looking for angles at which he can rocket jump on people and be annoying. Someone just gonna be more and more behind as he like I think he stole a little crab or something. That's why there's only 29 CS here for J4. But it's starting to fall behind, you know. Levrejo already level 4, working on the level 5. Ashen gonna now once he's got another explosive shot. Ooh. Let's see here. What about 1,300 gold? Dodge hasn't taken a recall yet. Ooh, getting a little low. Could be in trouble, but now has access to the level 6. And that's gonna be first blood. Poro disrespecting Dars. Already having burnt his TP, burnt his flash. Things are finally looking good for Dars. He's finally playing a champion. Holy shit, that's a funny reflect. It's just like, it went like bee-boo bop. It went one way, it came in one way and bounced the other way. It's like, whee! That was a funny reflect. I'm interested in seeing the interaction with the Chains of Corruption, because that shit could really fuck Mr. Magic over if he accidentally ults Cedric when the reflect is up. So I'm looking for a possible play here. Nope. I'm gonna use the root early and therefore not be able to get much done. Yeah, I mean, so far things are looking good for the side of JC. I mean, outside of the fact that Zinzal's just a few camps behind because he was trying to fuck with. Okay, we've got the Merc Treads in the works here for Dars. It's gonna go Black Cleaver first. And Malphite going full AP. I'm not too sure about that. Looks like Soma is gonna be doing the first grub rotation because he has Prio with his mid laner. Yeah. That's gonna be a BF sword first here, so we're probably gonna see like an Infinity Edge start for Tristana. Could be interesting, or maybe like a Wild Arrows into IE. So we're definitely gonna see like a crit style build, not seeing like the Bork build that we normally see for Tristanas. Zono, Blade of the Ruin King has taken a shit ton of nerfs since Tristana was last played in the meta. Okay. Dapper here gonna dodge out, but we do have the flag and drag. Soraka doesn't have the flash. Okay. The ultimate gonna be dodged out of the way here by Mel. And yeah, Dars is just gonna solo kill Malphite again, and that's more turrets, more turret plates. And Malphite still has no TP. Gnar has his, so get a decent chunk of the turret going. Malphite's gonna lose another wave. Yeah, going the Lost Chapter build on Malphite, I'm not too sure, like, it's always debatable, but now, like, that's almost a Triforce on Gnar, and the Malphite's already losing the trade super hard. So I just don't know if there's any validity to continuing that AP build. I mean, holding on to your Lost Chapter probably, and then eventually down the line finishing it into something, but I think for now we need to... Ooh, okay, we do find a nice... Oh. Not gonna commit the Mel ultimate, don't think that... I thought the indicator meant that we had the execute in range, but killing Clover would probably mean that the Varus would have to back the fuck up. But probably just scared of the Varus being able to fire back because the Reflect was on cooldown? I have to see. I'm not too sure. Okay, that's the ultimate online now for Soraka. Clover is pretty low. J4 looking to get the flag and drag. Okay, we get the flash, audacious charge. And Clover not exactly going to be able to land a skill shot to hurt. And Ashen now going to be taken pretty low. Okay, using the Malphite to all in. Okay, Dars might be in a little bit of trouble. Ooh, okay. Able to survive. Nice flash play by Poro, holding his flash to make sure the Gnar was dead before he could Mega Gnar. At least a little bit of redemption. Let's see, how big was that shutdown? Yeah, it wasn't really much, if anything. But now that's a flashless Malphite, so... yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, Levaggio gonna be able to interrupt the buffer W. And, yeah, Dabbridge is gonna walk into a, yeah, gonna walk into his death. So we got the Merchants now for the, Gnar. And we're going Malignance plus... Okay, Malphite at once? No. Okay, looks like we've got DH Dark, as always, just taking dragons versus giving up grubs. Taking a little bit of damage for it. Dars does want to get a recall. Okay, yeah, Sheen is the last item that he's got to pick up for his Triforce. And Triforce really does make a really big difference. Okay, that is Wild Arrows on Tristana, as I predicted. Oh, and Yomu's here on Mr. Magic. It's going to be doing some damage. Cyrus has been built for Cedric, but it'll be a while before we get a lot of damage. We do have 6 grubs, though. So, every time we do get a chance to hit the turret, we will be chunking it a decent amount. Levaggio is spending a lot of time here in this bot lane. Trying to make sure that his bot lane does not fall behind. So far, efforts haven't been in vain, but there hasn't been much to show. Oh, that's one boomerang we're not getting. Oh, okay.
Turret plate will fall soon.
Oh wow, okay, that was a bad ultimate by Malphite. And yeah, that's just gonna kill him. He ulted basically in place instead of ulting away. Poor Poro. Not gonna be able to get stuff done there, but I mean that might also just be first turrets. Who got Feats of Warfare? Blue team got Feats of... Okay, so yeah, that's just gonna be the Feats of Strength taken here by oh, that's gonna be the Feats of Strength taken here by Mr. JCFanclub for the first time this series. Hydra finished up by Zhao. Oh, okay. That was an interesting flash by Clover. Okay, Soma and Levaggio both in the bot lane, but Tristana is also here. And Clover doesn't have access to flash. And Levaggio thankful that he was not discovered. That is a Triforce picked up for Gnar. Malignance picked up for Malphite. So it was the Malignance Malphite build. Interesting. Not something I recommend. He was able to take a kill on the Gnar, but it really just slows down his like tankiness, because it'll be a while before he actually gets tanky. Okay, Gnar had timed out, so we're fatigued. That's why there was no rage bar accumulating on the mini Gnar. And now we're looking to farm up. Dragon's up in a minute 23. It is another Cloud Rift. When Thunder Sky versus Titanic Hydra. And now we have a second BF sword in the inventory here for Metaphors. He's looking like he's doing pretty damn well for himself. About 1,000 gold lead. He's able to, with 6 grubs, Tristana can push turrets pretty damn well if she's left alone for a wave with the explosive shot. Things could get ugly here for DH Dark. Really got to start locking in. Magic here forced to use I'm gonna be taken to about like 70% with just 2 auto attacks from the explosive shot and the boom boom. But Cedric here is comfortably farming. Not really in much danger. But now that JCFanclub have access to 6 scrubs, you can't really leave the Tristana in lane alone. Like, you can't let her like solo side lane. Because if you just ignore her and she takes a turret or 2 within a wave, you're gonna feel bad. No turret splits anymore, right? So, and we're able to just solo the Rift Herald with Meganar. That's fantastic. Malphite has felt kind of useless this game so far. Maybe we're gonna see a bit more. Okay, we're looking to crack open the mid lane with this Rift Herald play. Ashen is here. A single auto would have done enough to get some stuff done. Vredjo gonna find Dars, but Malphite's just gonna get some alone time with the turret, and I don't know, it feels like bad decision making over from the side of JCFanclub. There was no need to just abandon the top turret. Okay, Malphite can just walk away. Alright, well that's Johnny buying himself a little bit back in, still down about 2,000 gold to Dars, but slowly getting a little bit of solo XP. And yeah, that's what I meant, metaphors, alone in a lane for a wave. Just does enough damage to kind of go boom boom kaboom. And that mid lane turret should not last more than an auto or 2. Yep, and we take the mid outer, and now the entire ring of outers for Dark has been taken. Let's see how much money Tristana's holding on to, another like 1,300 gold. And yeah, getting close to that IE. Yeah, once we get to the 50% mark where Tristana is just critting almost constantly, it gets worse when she hits 100%. But when she hits that like 50% crit range and things get like a lot better for her in terms of just the odds of her critting, you'll see that these waves kind of just start disappearing. Dragon Soul Point was interrupted though by JCFanclub, so we do have the soul stacking interrupted, which would be a good win condition here by Dark, because with their team comp, they have like the kind of team comp you kind of want for Elder. Let's see, it's probably, yeah, it's a Ruinous, and then a Cloud Soul that almost permanent slow resistance could be fantastic. Okay, Mr. Magic's just gonna eat a Q to the face. And I'm a little surprised why we went attack speed boots on Varus if we're going lethality. Not a very optimal choice of item if you ask me. But we've never really seen Magic play much Varus, so maybe it just isn't. Okay, well, we're just playing ARAM in the mid-jungle area near Baron while we're waiting on stuff. Oh, we do get a slow. We have Clover here forced to flash, afraid of the Mel roots with the Galaxy Orb looking thing. I'm not too sure what it does. Only seen Mel a little bit, and she just does a wombo combo and executes people. Metaphor is just gonna go back to farming. Yeah, looks like he does have enough. I think it's 625 the combined cost for the Infinity Edge, so he is looking comfortable to be on that 2-item power spike. Orianna looking to get that Leandries as soon as possible. And now this is where Tristana starts to be annoying. Because remember, the E can crit. And it's pretty disgusting when it does. Because your Infinity Edge gives you bonus critical strike damage. So you're kind of always doing more than you would normally do at 2 items without an IE. That's the passive on the IE. Poro here, let's see, still about 1800 gold down, working towards the second item, but that Stairs Gauge already being done by Dars means that I think Dars can probably just solo kill the Malphite through the boots and the armor. Now we got Cloud Dragon spawning in about 20 seconds. We're looking to get on it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ashen taking a lot of damage. I think Dars wins the 1v2 between Lavreggio and here's Poro. Yeah. Well, while Mega Gnar is up. If it's just Mini Gnar, I'm not too sure. Ooh, okay, well. Your Ashen forced out, so that should be... Oh, there's not gonna be much of a way. It looks like we're taking the turret, trying to take the Otacon, but we're taking it very slowly, so now... Tristana also teleporting super far away. Cedric trying to make his way. Metaphors and Soma, are they gonna make it in time? And they are gonna make it in time. And that's a beautiful shockwave. And we do take the, but is no one gonna take the petals? I think McDaver understands that his duty is flower clearing. It's 2-1 right now in favor of JC Sano. I have it pinned in the chat. That's gonna be the top lane inner turret taken, and yeah, Dabber was on a flower clearing duty. Things have been looking good so far for the side of for the side of JCFanclub. They've really shored up their weaknesses, and with the denial of Clover's Soraka, Clover's Lux hasn't really looked that good. And yeah, that's gonna be, yeah, Metaphors has about another 1,000 gold, so we're getting close to another crit item. Oh, was there just no camp, or did Zinzao miss? Oh, no, Zinzao didn't miss, I guess. I just didn't see the animation. Sterix Gauge probably, is that Sterix? Yeah, no, it's under Sky here for Zinzao. And now we're going with Sand on the Gnar so that the Malphite and the Orianna are going to do a lot less damage. So we got to be a little bit careful because Dars is becoming a big problem. And can't forget that Metaphors is really far ahead. If we look at the gold value, yeah, about 2,000 gold ahead of both Ashen and Mr. Magic. So no matter who he's laning against, he can easily 1v1 them. Okay, I'm clearing out some vision around the Baron that has spawned. And yeah, trying to make sure we don't give up this Baron. So we gave up another dragon, but it's not soul point yet. Soul point will mean that you gotta be a little bit more careful. Okay, the Crescent Guard, Soma gonna be a little bit better, has to flash out of the Cataclysm. Now Ashen is kind of stuck. And yeah, he's just gonna get Muka Muka'd. And yeah, with Ashen dead and Varus having no flash, we're trying to find an in on the Malphite. Okay, we get, okay. Poro's relatively tanky, but Dars is starting to run out of HP. However, the Tristana has just made it in, and it's a catastrophe for DH. They're gonna all die. Tristana getting reset after reset after reset. There's just no coming back. It looks like it's the end of the road for DH Dark. Things are only getting worse, and this Tristana wasn't even in the team fight when it looked okay for Dark. The second she showed up, it just ended. Yeah, we got 2 items on Magic, we got 2 items on Ashen, but it's just not enough. This Malphite, I don't want to say Poro's the reason why they're gonna lose, but this Malphite pick definitely, like this build definitely wasn't it, Chief. Alright, we got Baron now for JCFanclub. And this might just be the end. That's the tier 3 boots for Gnar, the Wit's End, now the LDR, and another crit cloak. Almost out the Black Cleaver for Xin Zhao. Mel's on 3.5. Even fucking Saraga upgraded her Swift Marchers. So yeah, they're looking really happy with their performance here. They shored up in games 1 and 3. They really shored up the sloppiness. Game 2, maybe just have to work on the team comp synergy. But other than that, they look like they're ready to give Love You a decent best of 5 banger next weekend. Unless Dark pull a winner out of their hat. Yeah, Metaphors, you just start bullying this Malphite who essentially has no armor. And Darks doesn't have to care about people. He's got Demolish. He's got a Baron buff. He's level 17. He's 3+ items. And yeah, that's just gonna be 4 people. And yeah. You can stop Dars from taking the mid lane. But you can't stop JCFanclub from taking your base. Now we get an objective bounty with the dragon, but we basically give up the entire base for it. And the Chain of Corruption goes down. Unfortunate here. Looking for a play. But we just don't have any money. We're kind of poor. You know, when they say the rich get richer. Okay, that's 2 inhibitors down. There's just 1 inhibitor left. There's still Baron buff for... about, I want to say 45 seconds. So there's time to maybe push a big wave in. We do have the trinity of teleports available to us. Tristana just having fun at this point. It's been a long time since we've seen Tristana around in the meta, but I mean, when you see the team comp that fucking Dark has drafted, you know, Tristana looks fantastic. You're able to buffer every single one of these ultimates. If you're good enough on the damn champion, you literally can't be locked down. There's a wave coming up. A Baron buff is gonna time out before we make it to the turret. However, yeah, Dark's unfortunately gonna miss the boomerang. But with 1 Tristana E and like an auto, it should be enough to, yeah. And Malphite is forced to ult defensively out of there. Yeah, there you go. That's the only team fighter that they have. And the Chain of Corruption gonna go down the drain. And Shockwave forces the flash here from Metaphors, and he's taken low by Mr. Magic. But that's like basically all the gas in the tank is gone now. And working towards the Cerelias, but unfortunately that's just not enough. And with Dars having that Demolish proc, we got the 6 grubs, and Larry able to just jump in. You got Metaphors sadly just pushing the entire team back, but that's the entire base now open. If you want to play it safe, you can wait till Baron, but Clover here gonna be taken out of context. There's no wave though, so I don't think it ends right now. There's a wave coming in through the mid lane. Is it going to be enough? Malphite has his ultimate again. We do find the Chains of Corruption. Metaphors gets taken low. But Poro is very low. Not going to be able to make it count where it needs to count. And Dar is just finding Mr. Magic. And yeah, at the end of the day, that's just it. That's going to be a 3-1 trounce by JCFanclub, eliminating DH Dark from Eternals Esports. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the series. There was a decent bit of back and forth, but at the end of the day, JCFanclub just proved that with this role swap from McDabber and Metaphors, that they just have the better hands at the end of the day. They had the more creative drafts, they had the better execution, and Metaphors looking really solid at the end of it. I want to thank you guys for watching the live cast. We will have an exit interview with DH Dark shortly, probably going to be up like maybe Monday or Tuesday. I want to have an interview with JCFanclub when Larry has a little bit more availabilities. But thank you guys for watching. GG, well played to both teams. Unfortunately, JCFanclub finished on top. Hopefully, the members of DH Dark, if they are not staying together, can find appropriate teams where they can end up playing and stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. The VOD will be up tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Downtime. Remember to subscribe over on the YouTube channel from the Fallen Sanctum if you want to catch up some more content. And stay tuned by following this Twitch channel. I think we'll be live, next Saturday or next Sunday for one of the two semifinal matches that isn't getting streamed by Kenall. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great night. All right, take care, guys.